bad. Owen Benjamin tried to poison my lasagna. That's how you're going to try and diss someone in a wheelchair? By saying that the wind blew them over? That's your slight jab at me, buddy? Nice try. Must be nice to try and make, jokes like that. Found out about Owen Benjamin and the Unbearables. I can't remember exactly who told me about them. It might have been one of them who had reached out to me, actually. Long story short, in like March of 2018, I was looking to, of course, continue building the show, and I was looking for a group of networkers, kind of like-minded creative conservatives, and I was told about the Unbearables. I found out about Owen through the JRE podcast. To be honest, I wasn't really a big fan of him comedically. Like, I thought he was okay, but he wasn't, great. But I kind of liked what he was doing with the whole, anti-trans kids thing. That really spoke out to me. And in the beginning, the Unbearables seemed to be a great network. People who were doing creative stuff like art and design and podcasting and video production, parody, songs, musicianship, in the case of Chuck Boris, and just late night streams, which was how I met the original DZ guys. Of course, John Neary was my first interview for the brief period of time I was with the Bears. But here's the thing, Owen's not even a conservative. He's a fucking leftist, posing. He's a wolf in sheep's clothing. How dare you! Owen is doing the shit that mass shooters do before they go out and do a school shooting. Here's my manifesto. We need to get rid of the weak people, and I'm not saying he's going to be the one to do this. An Australian man murdered his wife with a pair of scissors, stabbed her in the chest. This is a warning to the general public about Owen Benjamin. We warned you. How dare you!
Must be nice.
According to him, the goat urinated on him first, in front of Amy.
all this gay talk is pissing off my German Shepherd.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's edition of the Whitfield Report. I am your host, Sam Whitfield, broadcasting live here from South Florida, and I want to thank you all so very much for joining me here tonight, wherever you are in the past, present, future hour. We have a pretty interesting show for you here tonight. So I'm going to be covering the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, at least giving some of my opinions on it. Maybe playing a few clips of it, and maybe we might have a few guests coming on. I was going to have Chuck Boris come on to talk about the trial and kind of his views on it, since he actually does have some real life experience with this type of thing as a defendant. So he might be coming on later. I haven't confirmed that. If not today, we'll definitely be doing something tomorrow, Chuck and I. And then I know Alan, I just messaged him in the chat. He might be jumping in too. I don't know if that will be the case. But at any rate, folks, we are live and we are here to talk about the trial. So, a few quick things before we begin. I have to start off by saying, as a disclaimer, because of YouTube and Spotify, that I am not an attorney and I am not a legal expert. I do not practice law, and I'm not certified, in legal matters. Anything I say is just for commentary purposes. And yeah, now that I have the disclaimers out of the way, let me just kind of give you the the kind of summary of what my point is in the beginning. Because I can literally make this point, and if I wanted to, I could end the show right here. But seeing as how this is a big story, I'm not going to. We are going to dive deep into this, but the bottom line, in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, is that this thing should have never gone to. Thing should have never grown into the media shit show that it did at all. Kyle was absolutely in his right to defend himself, and as John Arcade points out in the chat, Kyle killed the shit out of those comic books. And right you are, Johnny. And this is something I was talking about with my guest last night, Eric Bishop. The reason why this case got so much attention is because of the media and the media attention that it's gotten. I want to make clear, Eric Bishop and I did not discuss this case in particular, but he made a point last night, and I really do agree with this, that the media tends to pick and choose what stories they promote, the corporate media at least, in order to further their agenda. This is exactly what this story is. You have a kid, a teenager from Wisconsin, small town America, who was absolutely within his right to defend his he went into Kenosha to defend his community, basically defend a friend's shop. Didn't really provoke anyone into a fight. Even when Antifa were throwing bricks at him and his friends, nothing happened. Things were peaceful. The only thing that happened was Kyle had to defend himself. It was a kill or be killed situation. And he killed one of those members for sure was Antifa. And he killed that guy. And then I believe the guy who testified who got his arm blown off, he was also threatening Kyle. So the self-defense case seems pretty straightforward, open and close case. The prosecutor, who I am referring to as Littlefinger, Binger is the guy's real name, but we're calling him Littlefinger in this instance, because that's who the guy looks like. And for those who aren't familiar with the Game of Thrones, Littlefinger is pretty much like he's like the magistrate or some shit in Game of Thrones, and he's like an administrator that I guess would kind of be like the equivalent of a lawyer in the Game of Thrones world. And you know, he's a scumbag lawyer. And Binger looks just like this guy. Absolutely. And Binger even at one point admits that this entire case is politically motivated. So that is one thing in particular to keep in mind. And I want to start off here, folks, with a clip that I have not seen yet. I did not, I've watched a lot of the trial. I've been watching since Tuesday. And in fact, I know Johnny and I have both kind of run into each other virtually, so to speak, on Nick Recada's stream. He's the one who is, you know, covering this on his stream, and he's doing a damn good job, in my opinion, on all this. Good evening, Sawson. So, so I didn't have a chance to watch Kyle's testimony. I've been trying to find clips of this, and I didn't get a chance to watch the defense rest their case too. So this will essentially be like me just live reacting to Kyle's defense resting their case. So do this up here. Clip number 1. Go.
Dramatic moments today in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. The defense resting its case late today, just 24 hours after Rittenhouse took the stand in his own defense. Today, Rittenhouse's attorney arguing this was self-defense and a justifiable use of force. The jury seeing images of Rittenhouse armed with his AR-15 opening fire, killing 2 protesters and wounding a 3rd in Kenosha, Wisconsin. And jurors seeing new video from a defense witness, the moments just before the shootings. And for the first time in court, video showing one of the victims, Joseph Rosenbaum, confronting a group of armed men before being shot by Rittenhouse. Prosecutors grilling a defense witness about his social media posts, pressing him on whether he was pushing his own agenda in this case. And the question tonight, how soon?
Okay, pause right there. So, again, this is me to spin. Michael Rosenbaum is not a victim here, folks. He's one of the motherfuckers that tried to kill Kyle, basically. And so to call him a victim, that's not really an objective term. You could say that he was Kyle's target, maybe. Sure. But victim does not seem to be objective in this case at all.
Could this now go to the jury? ABC's Alex Perez leading us off from Kenosha.
We would rest.
Tonight, the defense resting in the trial of Kyle Rittenhouse. But before that, jurors seeing new images captured in the moments before the shootings. Rittenhouse, who argues self-defense, is charged with killing Joseph Rosenbaum and Anthony Huber and injuring Gage Grosskreutz with an AR-15. Right-wing commentator Drew Hernandez, called by the defense, recorded the video.
Did you see what Joseph Rosenbaum was doing as he was chasing Kyle Rittenhouse?
So I was at the corner of the car source, and the first thing I did identify was that Rosenbaum was charging Kyle Rittenhouse from behind.
The jury also shown this footage of Rosenbaum before the shooting appearing confrontational toward a group of armed men. Prosecutors then pressing Hernandez on his social media posts and whether he has an agenda.
Have you ever posted anything on social media
Yes.
in support of Kyle Rittenhouse?
One could argue yes.
The defense also calling an expert who analyzed video from the protest and testified Rittenhouse killed Rosenbaum and Huber and injured Grosskreutz in a matter of 2 minutes and 55 seconds. Grosskreutz, the only person to survive being shot by Rittenhouse, reacting to this dramatic moment.
People right there.
Speaking exclusively to our Michael Strahan on GMA.
To me, it seemed like a child who had just gotten caught doing something that he wasn't supposed to. More upset that he was caught and less upset about what he had done.
And David, the jury has been sent home for the weekend. Both parties will hash out instructions tomorrow, and closing arguments are set for Monday. Kenosha police and Kenosha authorities say they're already bracing for any possible reaction to a verdict. David?
All right, Alex Perez leading us off tonight. Alex, thank you.
Okay, now granted, this is an ABC News clip, but again, folks, notice the media spin here. This is entirely what this case is all about, right? They're making it seem like Michael Rosenbaum was murdered, by Rittenhouse, that he was a victim. In fact, up really until this trial has started, the media narrative has been calling Michael Rosenbaum a victim and Kyle a murderer. Yo, Apex, what's up? Get your gamma ass in here, buddy. I have trial shit I want to talk to you about. I'm assuming you're driving though, or closing shop, or doing something. Otherwise, you would be in here. But anyway. So yes, I know this is corporate news coverage, and you might be asking, well, Sam, why are you wasting time playing this? Again, this is just like a local ABC, this is just like a local ABC 7 that's playing this, and yet they're already trying to frame it like, you know, Kyle is just like some spoiled brat, you know, that went on like a killing spree and whatnot. And the media, in my opinion, the corporate media, is why this whole entire thing has blown up the way it has. If this hadn't gotten the attention that it would be, that it would be a pretty clear, you know, case of that Kyle defended himself. And that's just straightforward and simple. Alright, now, one clip I do have queued up. I'm not going to play the whole thing, I don't think. But as I mentioned, I've been watching a lot of the trial over the past couple days. But one aspect of the trial I didn't get the chance to watch was Kyle's actual testimony. And since I am somewhat well known for doing live reaction videos, and since that is the thing that all the cool kids on YouTube are doing these days, I'm going to watch this testimony of Kyle Rittenhouse's testimony. Now, Nick Rekieta and the people on his panel were pointing out that Kyle honestly did not need to testify. That his defense team and the witnesses that they brought forward were doing a pretty good job already of establishing that he was in the right and that he didn't need to testify. But I guess now, because he has testified, some people are saying that because of this, it opens him up to receiving, I guess, lesser charges. So he still might be charged with stuff as a result of all this. Let me play the clip though, and we'll get into.
Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
You may be seated.
Could you please state your name, spelling your last name for the record?
Kyle Rittenhouse, Rittenhouse.
Kyle, where do you reside?
Walworth County.
How old are you?
18.
On August 25th of 2020, did you come to downtown Kenosha to look for trouble?
No.
Would you have shot Joseph Rosenbaum if he hadn't chased you trying to take your firearm?
Objection, leading.
Sounds kind of leading.
Would you... I'll get to it. Are you a high school graduate?
Yes.
What high school?
Penn Foster Online High School.
Are you currently enrolled in any further studies?
I'm a college student studying nursing at Arizona State University.
Who do you currently live with?
My mom and 2 sisters.
Directing your attention to August 25th of 2020, where did you reside?
Antioch, Illinois.
Do you remember the address?
286 Anita Terrace, apartment 104, Antioch, Illinois.
And who did you live with there?
My mother and 2 sisters.
What's your father's name?
Michael Rittenhouse.
Back on August 25th of 2020, where did he reside?
He lived in Kenosha, in the city of Kenosha, in the apartments behind the Pick and Save on 50th. On 50.
Do you have any other family that's from Kenosha?
So I guess they're establishing here, folks, that although he didn't live in Kenosha, he was there a lot because of his father. That seems to be kind of my, what I'm taking away at the barrel.
Kenosha?
Yes.
What?
My grandmother, my aunt, my uncle, and cousins all live in the city of Kenosha.
Okay. There's been testimony in this trial about the firearm in question, which has been marked. States 28. You've seen that gun?
Yes.
Before August 25th of 2020, had that gun ever left the state of Wisconsin?
No.
Now, before this event happened on August 25th of 2020, did you have any hobbies?
Yes.
Tell the jury what you like to do.
I was a swimmer. I enjoyed working. I was a lifeguard. Hanging out with friends, going to the beach. Just normal teenage stuff.
Were you a member of any groups, organized groups?
Yes.
What?
I was a police explorer for Grays Lake Police Department, and I was a firefighter EMT cadet for Antioch Fire Department.
Did you have any training in life-saving, anything like that?
Yes.
What?
I was a certified lifeguard. I am a certified lifeguard and swim instructor. I am certified in Stop the Bleed, CPR, AED, automatic external defibrillator, and basic life support.
Okay. On August 25th of 2020, where were you employed?
I was furloughed at the YMCA in Lindenhurst, Illinois, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, and I was working at the Recplex in Pleasant Prairie.
Okay. Recplex here in Kenosha County?
Yes.
Now, on the night of the 24th, did you come to downtown Kenosha?
Not downtown, but I came to Kenosha for work.
Okay. And after your shift at work completed, where did you go?
I went to Dominic Black's stepfather's house. I believe his name is Scott Dickhart. It's been a while since I've seen him.
Okay. And who is Dominic Black in relationship to you?
Him and Dominic Black and my sister Mackenzie Rittenhouse used to date.
Okay. And on the night of the 24th, were you aware of anything going on in Kenosha?
I knew there was protests, demonstrations, and riots going on in the later evening.
Okay. And how were you aware of that?
I saw videos on social media, on Facebook live streams, TikTok of. I saw the Car Source lot being burned down, the Car Source 1, what we've been referring to. I saw a police officer get assaulted. He had a brick thrown at his head. And I saw the mattress store owner get knocked out, and I believe his jaw was broken and had to be wired shut or something.
And you saw all of that on the 24th?
Yes.
Did you go to downtown Kenosha at that time and try and do anything about that?
No, I did not.
Directing your attention to the late morning of August 25th, 2020, did you have occasion to go downtown?
I did go to downtown in the morning of August 25th.
Who did you go there with?
I went there with Dominic Black, my sister Mackenzie Rittenhouse, and Ray Dickhart.
And describe what you did.
We walked around for a little bit, and then I believe at around 11:30 noon, we ended up at Ruther Central High School, where we ended up cleaning graffiti for about, I want to say, an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Showing what's been previously marked as Exhibit 131. Do you recognize that?
I do.
Could you describe what you see in that photo?
Towards the left in the olive green shirt, that's me, and then to my left, that's Ray Dickhart, and to my right, that's my sister Mackenzie Rittenhouse.
What are you doing there?
We're cleaning graffiti off of Ruther Central High School.
And were you getting paid to do this?
No, I was not.
And you see what the graffiti says?
Yes.
And you do what it said as you were cleaning it off?
Yes.
I won't repeat it. After you were done doing that, what did you do?
We were walking, and we went to the Car Source lot, the first location, and we were looking at the destruction of the burnt cars, and we saw the owner, Sam and Sal. I believe that's what they told us their names were.
And you saw, when we say Car Source, the one that you met Sam and Sal at is what we've been referring to as Car Source number 1?
Yes.
And that's the one that they just played a video of all the burnt out cars?
Yes.
Did you have any discussions with Sam and Sal?
Briefly,
Okay, I am going to pause real quick because Johnny, thank you very much, Johnny Arcade, just sent me a clip on Twitter, and so yeah, that's this is a great meeting. Yeah, so of the whole thing. So let me pull this up real. Get the video. Okay. Let's see what this is.
Over here. Ow! Listen. I wonder, do you understand what I'm talking about? I'm not talking about burning down a building. It's coming from the soul. Let's go!
Thanks, Johnny. Very, very cool. On the subject of all of this, though, I do have to wonder if the video, I mean, a lot of the video footage from this night is just shit quality, right? So then, how is anyone supposed to determine that Kyle was the one who, you know, how can anyone determine that Kyle was the one who, I guess, was provoking people based on all this stuff with pixels and whatnot that they've been going on and on about all throughout the file. Also, Johnny points out, oh crap, it's in black. Well, okay, that figures. It might have been when I went on full screen. Yeah, let me play that. Let me play that again. Let me play that again. Let me make sure it's let me actually, yeah, you're probably right, Whiskey. I'm probably gonna have to mute it because of the music. Some of the comments on this are hilarious though too. Biceps may get blown away, but disco never dies.
Over here. Ow! Listen. I wonder, do you understand what I'm talking about? I'm not talking about burning down a building. It's coming from the soul. Let's go!
Steely says everyone was carrying on bank security cameras that night. Yeah, you ain't kidding me. Steely. Yeah, and we're supposed to believe that January 6th was more dangerous. Let's see what else. What else? Johnny had a good comment earlier. The jury is going to convict him on provocation based on the first time he turned and pointed at Rosenbaum halfway across the parking lot while running. Well, that's again, that's fucking bullshit, because even though he pointed the gun at Rosenbaum, it was because Rosenbaum was fucking chasing him. But again, as I said, if the corporate media weren't involved in all this, they would not be looking to convict Kyle on as much shit as they are. So let me get back to his testimony. So right now where we're at is he's basically just laying out his background for the day of what happened.
I offered my condolences and I said if there's anything I can do, please reach out to me. He gave me his number. I gave him my number.
And you were with Dominic Black at that time?
I was.
And your sister?
Yes.
And what did you do after that?
After that, we walked back to, I believe, we parked our car by, you see the parking lot?
Do you have the pointer up there?
Yes. We parked our car right in this parking lot in that corner, somewhere over there.
I can't see that far, I'm sorry. You're referring to the parking lot, which is at the corner 59th and Sheridan. It would be the southeast corner, correct?
Correct.
And you're pointing the dot. You parked closer to 8th Street, correct?
Yes.
Okay, you can put the pointer down. And whose car did you get there in?
Dominic Black's.
And when you left, where did you go?
Once we left that parking lot, we went to Dominic Black's stepfather's house again, and we hung out there for a little bit.
Okay. And do you know who Nick Smith is?
I do.
And did you have any contact with Nick Smith that afternoon?
Later in the evening, around 3:30, 4 o'clock, Nick Smith called me and Dominic.
And when he called you, what was the nature of the call?
At first, Nick Smith wanted us to drive him to Chicago by O'Hare Airport, the suburbs of Chicago, because he wanted to buy a bulletproof vest. And Dominic said, okay, we'll drive him. And then he said, okay, I need you to pick me up at like 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Okay. Did you go and pick him up eventually?
Yes. We actually, before we picked him up, we went to Jelensky's.
Okay. What did you do at Jelensky's?
We bought, Dominic wanted me to buy 2 rifle slings.
And did you?
I did.
One was for what?
One was for my rifle, and the other one was for Dominic's rifle.
Okay. And why did you care about your rifles that evening?
The reason for the slings were just so it's like a retainer, so if I'm helping somebody with first aid, I can just like dangle my rifle behind me and I don't have to worry about somebody just randomly going and picking it up off the ground, just as like an extra measure so it won't be taken from the ground.
And what time did you go to Jelensky's?
I want to say about 2:30, but I don't know exactly for sure.
Okay. When did you first have contact with Nick Smith?
3:30. 3:15. Okay. 3:15, 3:30.
And was there any discussion regarding car source at that time?
Yes.
What?
Nick Smith, once we picked him up, we drove. He wanted to go to a bank to withdraw money. The bank was closed, and then he was like, hey, would you guys like to come with me and help watch over the car source, make sure there's no fires or anything? And Dominic said yes. I agreed. I said okay. And then I said, here, Nick, I don't really need my bulletproof vest. I'm going to be helping people with first aid, so I gave him my bulletproof vest.
And by you giving him your bulletproof vest, did that stop the need to go to someplace by O'Hare Airport?
Yes.
Okay. And why does a 17-year-old kid have a bulletproof vest?
It was issued to me by the Grays Lake Police Department.
You didn't purchase it?
No, I did not.
And after you gave him your bulletproof vest, where did you go?
We went back to Nick Smith's house where we parked Dominic Black's car.
And then what did you do?
We walked from Mr. Smith's house. Once we parked at Nick Smith's house, we walked from Nick Smith's house to the car store.
So I do want to point out here, so Kyle Rittenhouse just testified that he gave his bulletproof vest to the other guy because he didn't feel like he was going to need it since he was doing first aid. Which destroys the narrative right there, then and there, that he was going into Kenosha to pick a fight and try and cause trouble. That destroys the narrative right then and there.
One, cutting through the Ruther Central backside parking lot, because Nick Smith lives on the same street of...
You don't have to say where Nick Smith
Okay.
lives. He lives within walking distance from here?
Yes.
Okay. And so you go to Car Source 1?
Yes.
And that's the burnt out one?
No, Car Source 2, my bad, across the street.
Okay. And at Car Source 2, that's where you spent most of the evening?
Yes.
Okay. When you first got to Car Source 2, the one at 59th and Sheridan, what happened?
The owners were there, Sam, Sal, and his father, and I believe, I think it was his uncle there also. He was driving a van of some sort.
Okay. And what was the discussion?
Sam and Sal thanked us for coming out to help. And then Sal said, hey, why don't you guys hop in my car? If I remember correctly, it was either a white or black BMW or Mercedes. I don't recall exactly.
And why did he want you to get in his car?
He was going to drive us down to Car Source lot number 3.
Okay. And did you agree to get in his car?
I did.
And who went to Car Source number 3?
Me, Dominic Black, and Nick Smith.
And who was driving?
Sal.
And when you got there, what happened?
We got out and we hung around for a couple minutes, and then some people showed up. I now know who they are, but at the time I didn't.
Okay. Can I have a- Show you what's been marked as Exhibit 3030. Do you recognize that exhibit?
I do.
And can you, Your Honor, can you go up there, please, and point out, can you point out the people who you knew before that picture was taken and name them?
Badass photo, by the way. Why they took that photo? I mean, I'm sure now looking back on it, they're kind of like, oh, what, why did we take it? But nonetheless, it's a badass photo. That is, middle America, heartland. That is what a citizen militia, like, folks.
Yes. This is Sal, the owner. This is Ryan Balch. This is Joanne Fiedler. This is Justin Hamilton. This is Dustin Colette. This is Nicholas Smith. I don't recall his name. This is me, and this is Dominic Black.
Okay. We've heard testimony. You can have a seat. We've heard testimony about you, Nick, and Dominic. You knew those individuals before August 25th of 2020?
I knew Nicholas Smith and Dominic Black.
Okay. Did did not know the owner of CarSource previously?
I did not.
Was he being nice to you guys? Was he happy you were there? Was he mad at you for being there? Describe it.
He was happy we were there.
Okay, and you heard their testimony, the two owners, I believe that was Friday afternoon?
I did.
And did they give you permission to be there?
They did.
And the other individuals in this photograph, some of whom have testified in this trial, 10 minutes before this photograph was taken, did you know any of them?
I did not.
Had you ever spoken to any of them?
No.
And when you were there, what was the idea? Was there a plan? What was going to happen?
Yes, the plan was to, I went down there to provide first aid. I brought my orange first aid kit, the fanny pack, and I also brought my Pelican box, which was filled with first aid stuff by my feet to provide first aid.
The orange box by your feet you refer to as a Pelican box?
Yes.
Did you have that before the 25th?
Yes.
Was it stocked?
Yes.
With things that you had bought and brought?
Yes.
And do you go with that every day, or is that because of the situation?
It was in the trunk of my car.
Okay. And the fanny pack, what's the situation with that?
It was my work bag. I brought it to work with me, and I would put it under my lifeguard booth.
Okay. And that had first aid supplies?
Yes.
Now, after...
Who you?
Hey, Kenny, what's going on, man?
What's up? Where's Ian this week? Fell asleep?
I don't know where Mr. Ian Ellis is, but we're watching the Kyle Rittenhouse testimony here. So, what do you think of this whole trial that's going on, Kenny?
What's wrong? Oh, Kyle Rittenhouse. I don't know much about it.
Basically a kid got of a few Antifa members who were trying to attack him and a store in his local community, and then he got arrested for it, and it's looking like they're going to let him off based on self-defense, but he might get prosecuted for some smaller crimes like possession and what. Yeah. So
Maybe they're letting him off because the other side has a beta wire. This could be what's happening.
well, I mean, the prosecution has really fucked this case up for them. They don't have a case other than the fact that they hate that he was in the right and he's a gun-toting American, and they don't like that. This whole entire case is just political BS.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, so right now we're just watching his attorney ask him a few questions. Anyway, what are you doing tonight, Kenny?
Watch the Jim Carrey movie.
Awesome. Which one?
Me, myself, and Irene. Been a while.
Oh, that's an old one. So Kenny, by the way, folks, for those who don't know, Kenny is the host of Kenny TV, and he's part of the Ian Ellis crew. So
How many people are watching?
we have about, let's see here. We have about 9 people in chat right now.
Where's the chat? It's on YouTube, right?
Yeah, the chat's on YouTube if you just go to my channel.
What's your channel?
The Whitfield report.
Whitfield report.
I can send you a I'll send you a link in Discord. Hold on.
I found it. It
Okay.
wasn't hard to find.
Shouldn't be, despite the fact that YouTube likes to try and hide this channel. Whiskey says no, the chat's on Twitter. No, you Whiskey. The chat is on YouTube.
Some people's pretty good.
And yes, Steele, you're right. This is the No Eggs podcast. So
I think I'll share the channel. Sure.
please do. I mean, that is the one thing I will give Mersh credit for, is because he blew up at me 2 weeks ago or whatnot. My subscriber count went through the roof, so
Maybe I should piss Merch up next. Be like, you motherfucker. That's next.
well, that's not very hard. That's not very hard to do. I mean, Ian's a little. I think Ian's a little jealous since he's been bugging Mersh. And I mean, all I did was have Alan Powell on the show, and that was it.
Bingo.
So all you need to do is have Alan Powell on your stream, and Merch will.
Inviting Alan Powell to Monday Night Show. That's right.
Sure.
We'll send him the link and be like, come on that by, dude. I need Mersh hating on me so I get more subs. That's right. I invited you on for clout. That's right. Clout alone.
So
I get that Mersh hater clout. That's right.
It does wonders for your numbers. So also, according to Steely, Mersh poops standing up, which it seems like he does. So especially with
Are we gonna play the tape here?
What?
I thought you were looking at this tape.
Oh yes. Oh yeah, so I'm just looking at this I'm just looking at the at this testimony from Kyle right now. He's basically explaining why he had to kill all right.
We haven't eaten dinner yet. It's 11 o'clock. Okay, what was I gonna have for dinner? Soup. Let me get that ready.
So yeah. That's the other thing. Mersh, I guess, is streaming with like a picture of his cat now. Yeah. Well, Kenny just muted himself. So. I guess he's ordering pizza again or something.
I'm making soup.
Oh, you're making soup. And well, it's awesome. We're talking about the trial still. Kenny's here, so we had to do our obligatory crapping on Mersh segment. But hey, he started it, so
meeting
We
here
don't
at
talk about Mersh all the
63rd
time. We
Sheridan
can
Road,
talk about the
what's
trial.
referred to as Car
That's
Source
right.
3.
On with the show.
What happened?
After the photograph I believe, I don't recall exactly, but there was about 2 or 3 vans that pulled up, like big vans with people inside of them.
Okay, and what was their role in this evening?
Well, they showed up and they wanted to protect the business, and I didn't really have a say.
I think if you click on like the stream window and in Discord, you should be able to see and hear what I'm sharing. But I don't know, my version of Discord might be set up slightly differently.
And what everybody was doing.
Still can't
I was
hear it.
just
I tapped on the window. It's full. I don't know, man.
there doing my first aid stuff, and then
Going
Ryan
into
Balch said, "Hey,
streaming.
why don't you
I'll
guys
see
stay
you later,
here,
man.
and we'll go down to the car source number 2."
Okay, and so the people, a group of people was going to stay at car source 3, and the people depicted in this photograph were going to go where?
Car source 2.
And is that what happened?
Yes.
And so at that point then, Sam and Sal had coverage, for lack of a better word, at both of their businesses to protect the property, correct?
Yes.
So you get down to car source 2, did all of these people go there?
Yes. Besides Sal, the owner, he did not.
Okay. During the night, was Sam and Sal there?
They were not.
They left you guys there?
Yes. I believe Nick Smith was in contact with them throughout the night. I'm not certain, but I believe they were.
And you get down there, were you able to get in and out of the business?
Yes.
How?
Sal, the owner, actually gave Nick Smith a set of keys.
Did you personally see that?
I did.
Did he give you any other direction regarding any equipment or anything like that?
He let us know where, like, the power washers and the fire. I think there was a single fire extinguisher in the building and some hoses, the hose hookups, just in case there was any fires we needed to put out at the lot.
Anything else about the roof?
He showed I believe it was Dominic Black and Nick Smith, the 2 ladders that were there to get up on the roof.
Okay. And did you guys use those ladders?
I didn't personally, but the people that were on the roof did.
Okay. And you saw them use those ladders?
I didn't see them, but that's how they got up there.
Okay. Where were you predominantly at car source 2?
I was in front of the car source 2.
Now, during the night at car source 2, did you stay there the whole time?
No, not
Okay.
the whole time.
When you would leave car source 2, what were you doing?
When I left, I was with Ryan Balch, and we would go out and ask if anybody needed any first aid assistance, and we would see if there were any fires, and we would put them out.
Okay. Did you personally put out any fires?
I did.
Where?
I put one out at the church.
Can you use the pointer?
The one thing I wish they would do, and I don't know if they do this at all in like court TV or whatever, but I wish, it seems like they should be able to like put the map up there of what like Kyle is actually pointing at like for context. So it would be nice to at least see it though. So yeah, so everyone wants to focus on the the moment where he's shooting people, but clearly that's not all of what he did.
So right here was where there was the demolishing. They were breaking some stuff down, but right here I believe there was another building with an alleyway. It was either right here or right here. I don't remember fully, but there was a fire down the alleyway where they were trying to set the building and church on fire, and me and Mr. Balch, and I believe somebody else was with us. We went to go put that fire out.
Did you put it out?
We did.
then what did you do?
Around that time, we saw Ruther Central High School on fire, the front doors, and we were walking north down Sheridan Road to go put the fire out, and then somebody else put the fire out before we got to Ruther Central High School.
When you say the front, is that right here on Civic Park?
No, sorry, that's my mistake. You're walking north on Sheridan. It's the side of the building on Sheridan Road, towards the left when you're walking north.
In the general area where you had tried to help remove graffiti earlier?
Yes, in that photo to the right.
Okay. And during the evening, was there any friction between your group and protesters / rioters?
No. The only type of stuff that happened was the person that attacked me first threatened to kill me twice.
Okay. And the person who threatened to kill you, we now know is Mr. Rosenbaum, correct?
Yes.
Before August 25th of 2020, had you ever seen him before?
I did not.
Had you ever done anything to upset him?
No.
Now, you said he threatened to kill you twice.
Yes.
Describe the first time.
The first time was me and Ryan Balch were a little bit north, towards the north corner of 59th and Sheridan, and Mr. Rosenbaum was walking with a steel chain, and he had a blue mask around his face, and he was just mad about something. Me and Mr. Balch were asking people if they needed medical help, and then he screamed, sorry for my language, he screamed, "If I catch any of you fuckers alone, I'm going to fucking kill you."
And that was directed at you and Mr. Balch?
It was directed at both of us, what I believe.
And there was a second occasion where he threatened you?
Yes. The second time was outside of the car source, and I...
So, again, Michael Rosenbaum told Kyle and his friend, "I'm going to fucking kill you." Twice. Yet, once again, the media spin, really up until this trial, ladies and gentlemen, has made it seem like Kyle murdered him in cold blood.
I don't know if it was directed towards me, but I heard it. He said to, I believe it was Joanne Fiedler, Dustin, Colette, and another guy. He was screaming. He said, "I'm going to cut your fucking hearts out and kill." I'm not going to repeat the second word, but kill you, N-words.
Now,
Ooh. "I'm going to cut your heart out and kill you." Yeah. So this guy was totally just an innocent victim, right?
Did you ever see Mr. Rosenbaum doing any physical property damage?
I did.
Where?
I saw him with, I now know to be Joshua Zeminski. I saw him tip that trailer over and the porta potty. I saw him do both. And I believe he tried to start the porta potty on fire. I don't know. I don't think he succeeded. But then I saw him with Mr. Zeminski. He was either helping start it or he was like throwing stuff on it. I don't know which one he was doing.
Where did you originally see that trailer?
That trailer was in the St. James Church parking lot. Sort of like right over here in like the backish corner, what I remember.
And did you see how it got from there to where it was put on fire?
It was pulled.
By whom?
It was several people that pulled it into the street, but I can't tell you definitely who pulled it into the street.
And you went down there and saw them starting a fire?
I didn't go down there. I was at the corner of the car source lot.
Okay. And you referred to Mr. Zeminski. Before August 25th of 2020, had you ever met Mr. Zeminski?
I have not.
Did you ever meet him since?
I have not.
Now, when you first saw Mr. Rosenbaum, was his top half of his body clothed or unclothed?
He was clothed with a blue mask the first time I saw him. Yeah, blue mask.
And what color was his shirt, if you remember?
A dark red-ish color.
Now, did you provide medical help to anyone?
I did.
Describe a couple of those occasions.
The first time I provided medical help to someone was this lady. I think she sprained her ankle or twisted it. I don't know exactly. I'm not an expert on x-rays, or I wouldn't know. She hurt her ankle and she was being carried by two gentlemen. And I said, hey, before that I was just pepper sprayed, but I was like, hey, do you need help? And she said yes, and I said, okay, let's go into the car source where I was helping people. And I wrapped her ankle, and then she went on her way. And I let her know there was a hospital. If you go, I want to say south down Sheridan, across the street from car source 3. I let her know that the hospital was over there, and she should go get it looked at.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yes.
What?
Somebody threw a chemical bomb. Actually, right after I heard I'm going to cut your hearts out from Mr. Rosenbaum. I don't know who threw it, but somebody threw a chemical bomb, and Ryan Balch had some effects of it, so I helped Mr. Balch with being able to breathe, and I helped flush his eyes out and had him drink some water.
Okay. You, in the answer to the question just before, you said something about being pepper sprayed?
I did.
And where did that happen?
That happened at the car source, I believe it's the first time a big crowd of people were over there. I was pepper sprayed by somebody that was in the crowd. I don't know why, but I was pepper sprayed.
Did you do anything in retaliation?
I did not.
So, I want to pause right there real quick to emphasize the point that Kyle Rittenhouse was indeed pepper sprayed. Which, in the movies they make it seem like being pepper sprayed is no big deal, right? That you just get stunned, but being pepper sprayed in reality, like I've never been pepper sprayed, but I know people who work in law enforcement, and being pepper sprayed, it can take you out of commission. It might not kill you, but, it hurts like a bitch. And so for Kyle to be running around administering first aid after being pepper sprayed himself is pretty fucking amazing.
Now, directing your attention to later in the evening, did there come an occasion where you had contact with Mr. McGinnis?
There was.
And before this evening, August 25th, 2020, had you ever met or spoke to Mr. McGinnis?
I have not.
And you and Mr. McGinnis and Mr. Balch go someplace?
Yes.
And describe that.
I get done with my interview with Mr. McGinnis, and I ask Mr. McGinnis, no, I don't ask him. I said, if you want to come with us, that's fine, to document and film me and Ryan helping people. And he said, yeah, sure, and he followed behind us.
And in that tape from Mr. McGinnis, there's talk.
Now, Mr. McGinnis, for those of you who are who might not be familiar, so the guy they're referring to is like a local journalist. He's not real like a reporter for the newspaper. He's a vlogger, you know, kind of like kind of like I am, for you know, all intents and purposes. And I guess this guy like has his own like local website like covering local events. And he really testified, I think it was on Tuesday, that Kyle did everything in self-defense.
About you being an EMT, correct?
Yes.
Are you an EMT?
I am not.
You have first aid and other training.
I do.
And you go to south on Sheridan Road?
Correct.
You cross 60th and Sheridan Road?
I believe we stay just to the right going south on Sheridan Road.
Okay, and eventually you cross Sheridan Road?
Eventually.
And were the Bearcats there yet?
No. Yes, they were.
Okay. Had they set up a line to stop people that you were aware of?
Not that I was aware of. I just know they were parked right there and people were throwing rocks at them.
Okay. Did anybody tell you not to cross that line? You wouldn't be able to go back?
Not until later in the evening.
Okay. You cross that line, and where do you go?
We continue straight in a southerly direction down Sheridan Road.
Okay. Were you going any place in particular?
No, we were just going to see if anybody needed medical help, and I looked at a guy's shoulder on the way there.
Okay. And you finish with the guy's shoulder, and you continue on, and what happens?
I continue walking in a southerly direction down Sheridan Road, and then as I'm walking, I believe you guys have been referring to him as Yellow Pants. He said he said something to me. I believe it was, you were the one that pointed your rifle at me with the laser pointed at me. I believe that's what I heard. And I didn't. That's the first time I saw him that night, so I was confused. So I said I did, and then I continued to walk away.
And was the did an admission that you did it, or more of a statement with a question?
It was a sarcastic remark.
Okay. Did you engage with him any further?
No.
And from there, where do you go?
There I continue walking in a southerly direction, merging towards the middle of Sheridan Road.
Okay, at that point, do you become aware of anything?
In about as I'm walking, I start to look because I realize Mr. Balch is not with me anymore.
Okay. Did you continue on your way down Sheridan Road without Mr. Balch?
No, I actually went to go look for Mr. Balch in the Ultimate gas station.
So overall, so far, I have to say that Kyle seems to be very calm, very much in control. You know, of his testimony, he's calm, he's collected, he seems not, you know, he seems pretty well composed. That's pretty much all I can say. Let me check the chat here. Yeah. Prosecution will also use the interaction with Yellow Pants as provocation. Well, yeah, I believe they already have, from what I've seen. He's a stone cold, radicalized, racist killer. Yeah, well, listen, that's what they're trying to paint him as, top feed.
parking lot.
Okay, when you went to the Ultimate gas station parking lot, describe what was going on there.
There were a lot of people there. I don't really know what was going on. I was just focused on trying to find Mr. Balch. As I was looking for him, couldn't find him. I said, okay, no problem. I'll just go back to the car source number 2.
Okay, and describe what happened as you did that.
As I did that, I received a phone call from Dominic Black.
Hey, let me back up. Were you able to get back to car source number 2?
No, I did not.
Describe that.
As I was trying to get back, the police stopped me. Well, didn't stop me. They told me, I believe they said something along the lines of to not go down there. And I was telling them, hey, I need to go down there. That's where I'm at, that business. I don't remember exactly how that conversation went, but they wouldn't let me go back to car source lot number 2.
So you weren't able to get back to car source 2?
I was not.
Did you disobey the police's order?
No.
And you're alone, you're stuck on the other side of the police line from the car source 2. Where do you go?
I go to where there's other people.
So I'm starting to wonder, had he been able to get back to the car source, would any of this have? Would he have, had to shoot those, Antifa scumbags in self-defense? We'll never know for sure, but it seemed like he would have been safer at the car source.
People at the gas station, protecting the gas station, and I go there because I believe that's the safest place to go because there's other people there. And
at that point, were you able to find Mr. Balch?
I was not.
Well, you're at the Ultimate gas station, I think we've been calling it?
Correct.
Point it out, just there's no...
Right there, the Ultimate Convenience Center, diagonal from the Gulf gas station.
Okay. And when you were there, what's the next significant thing that happened?
Dominic Black calls me and he says, Kyle, I need you to get down to the car source lot number 3. The cars are being bashed in. They're setting all the cars on fire. I need you to go and put the fires out.
Okay. And did you do anything as a result of that phone call?
I did.
What?
At the Ultimate gas station, I asked, I don't know who he is, but I asked an individual if he could come with me and if I could have a fire extinguisher to put out the fires.
Were both of those requests satisfied?
One of them were.
What?
I was given a fire extinguisher, but he said he can't come with me, and he said he believes there's already people down there helping protect the business.
Okay. And what did you do then?
I start running towards the car source lot number 3 to put out the fires, pausing occasionally to catch my breath and walk.
Okay. On the way to car source 3, did you have any interaction with Mr. Rosenbaum?
I did not.
Did you speak to Mr. Rosenbaum?
No.
Did you notice Mr. Rosenbaum doing anything as you went down to car source 3?
I didn't notice Mr. Rosenbaum until he came out from behind the car and ambushed me.
Okay, I'll get to that. Did you run the whole way?
No, I didn't.
Okay. You had your gun, correct?
Yes.
And you had a fire extinguisher?
Yes.
And you had your medic?
My medical bag, yes.
And were you asking people about medic at that point?
I was asking people if they needed medical help as I was getting down there.
Did you receive any responses?
No, I didn't.
Describe your approach to car source number 3.
As I'm walking down Sheridan Road, I hear somebody scream, "Burn in hell," and I reply with friendly, 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 to let them know, hey, I'm just here to help. I don't want any problems. I just want to put out the fires if there are any. I continue walking, and then I noticed the Duramax. I noticed a flame in the back seat of the Duramax, and I stepped towards the Duramax, and as I'm stepping forward, I believe his name is now Joshua Zeminski. He steps towards me with a pistol in his hand, and as I'm walking towards to put out the fire, I drop the fire extinguisher and I take a step back.
Okay. When you step back from Mr. Zeminski, what's your plan?
My plan is to get out of that situation and go back north down Sheridan Road to where the car source lot number 2 was.
And
okay, now Kyle's composure seems to be starting to crack a little bit, and this is understandable considering that Zeminski is one of the people that attacked him. With that being said, as people in the chat pointed out, Kyle crying on the stand, probably not the best thing.
Did you get back? Were you able to go in a northerly direction?
I wasn't.
Describe what happens.
Once I take that step back, I look over my shoulder, and Mr. Rosenbaum was now running from my right side, and I was cornered from in front of me with Mr. Zeminski, and there were
well, did we just lose the stream? Nope. Apparently we're still on. Yep, we're good, I guess. Discord just decided to refresh. Oh wait. No, what? Okay, let me just make sure that the Discord is up. Okay. Yeah, Discord decided to okay, I think we're back now. I think we're back now. Chat, I should be sorry. Discord decided to crash and then reopen. That happens, though. So yeah. Johnny in chat says they're going to play his words back to him on Monday and fuck him. Yeah, well, and that's why Nick Ricada was saying earlier this week, Johnny, you and I were both in that chat. Ricada was saying it was not a good idea for Kyle to testify. So, yeah. And, you know, to us, this all seems pretty straightforward, but I guess within like the next 10 minutes, this is the clip that everyone is playing, and that, you know, thing that they're saying they're going to use to hang him, I guess.
There were 3 people right there.
Take a deep breath, Kyle.
That's what I... That's what I run.
Time for our break anyway. You can just relax for a minute, sir. We're going to take a break about 10 minutes, and please don't talk about the case during the break. Read, watch, or listen to any economy trap.
Kyle, you were testifying about coming into contact with Mr. Rosenbaum.
Yes.
And
Oh, wait.
I apologize.
Oh, forgive me. We got everybody? Carl.
You were testifying about coming into contact with Mr. Rosenbaum.
Yes.
And you saw Mr. Rosenbaum. What happened?
Once I got to that car and I stepped forward to put that fire in the Duramax out, and Mr. Zeminski stepped towards me, I went to go run back south down Sheridan, and Mr. Rosenbaum was right there at the corner of the Duramax, starting to chase me. And that's when I realized the only place I can run with the people around me is straight towards the building of the car source lot number 3.
When you saw Mr. Rosenbaum, that's when you said friendly?
When I heard burn inside, I don't know exactly where I was at in the time for that.
Did Mr. Rosenbaum say anything to you?
No, Mr. Zeminski instructed Mr. Rosenbaum to get him and kill him. That's what I heard.
And you go running, what's been referred to...
Whoa, that was a weird pixel glitch there, right, folks?
The southwest corner of car source?
Yes.
And as you're running in that direction, describe being chased. What was happening?
As I'm running in that southwest direction, Mr. Rosenbaum throws, at the time, I know it's a bag now, but when he threw it at me, with the light, it looked silver and it looked like the chain when he threw it at me. And then I continue, I turn around for about a second while continuing to run, and I point my gun at Mr. Rosenbaum.
Does that stop him from chasing you?
It does not.
Okay. After you turn around and you had your hands up kind of in a low ready position?
Yes.
And you see Mr. Rosenbaum coming at you?
Yes.
And what do you do then?
After he throws the bag and he continues to run, he's gaining speed on me. a gunshot is fired from behind me, directly behind me, and I take a few steps, and that's when I turn around. And as I'm turning around, Mr. Rosenbaum is, I would say, from me to where the judge is, coming at me with his arms out in front of him. I remember his hand on the barrel of my gun.
And why didn't you just keep running?
When I was over there, there were about 100 people surrounding those cars, and there was no space for me to continue to run to.
Okay. And so you turned around?
Yes.
And as you see him lunging at you, what do you do?
I shoot him.
And how many times did you shoot?
I believe 4.
And after you shot him, what did you do?
The people around the cars that were originally there were not there anymore. They moved away, and I ran around to see if I could help Mr. Rosenbaum.
And when you got to Mr. Rosenbaum, what was happening?
Mr. McGinnis he took off his helmet and slammed it on the ground and took off his shirt, and I don't remember what he said. I wasn't focused on that. I was in shock, sort of.
Let me back up a second. Did you know Mr. McGinnis was even around?
I didn't.
Okay. And he says something to you, and what do you do?
I pull out my phone and I call Dominic Black.
And you call Dominic, and what do you say?
I told him I just shot somebody. I had to shoot him.
And what do you do then?
I now know it to be Kelly Zeminski, Joshua Zeminski, and I don't know the other people were screaming, "Get his ass, get his ass, get him, get him, get him."
And based upon that, did you feel as though you were safe to stay where you were at?
I thought the safest option would be to go north down Sheridan to turn myself into the law enforcement down there.
And as you head down Sheridan Road, describe what's going on.
As I'm running, at first I'm in the sidewalk, and Mr. Lukowski, Jason Lukowski, is in the sidewalk, and I stop to talk to Mr. Lukowski for a brief second. I remember telling him that I just shot somebody and I need help to get to the police because the crowd, there was a mob was chasing me.
And did Mr. Lukowski offer you any help?
I don't remember.
Okay, what do you do then?
I continued to run after hearing people were saying cranium him, get him, kill him. People were screaming, and I just was trying to get to the police running down Sheridan Road.
And you say I'm trying to get to the police. Why were you trying to get to the police?
So I didn't do anything wrong. I defended myself.
Did you feel as though there was safety where the police were?
Yes.
And as you head down Sheridan Road, what's the next thing you remember?
The next thing I remember is Anthony Huber striking me in the head with a skateboard.
Okay. As you sit here today, do you remember talking to Gage Grosskreutz?
Yeah, sorta, a little bit. I didn't know it was Gage Grosskreutz when he came up to me, but sorta.
Okay. And when this individual runs up to you and gets how close?
I would say within a foot.
Did you shoot him?
I did not.
Did you point your gun at him?
I did not.
Why not?
I didn't see him as a threat to my safety or life.
Okay, was he armed at that time?
Not that I noticed.
Okay, and you continue running in a northerly direction down.
I didn't see him as a threat to my safety or life.
Okay, was he armed at that time?
Not that I noticed.
Okay, and you continue running in a northerly direction down Sheridan Road?
Correct.
And as you're running in that direction, you said the next thing you remember is Anthony Huber.
Yes.
Describe that.
Anthony Huber, what I remember is...
So wait, Kyle got bashed with a skateboard over the head and still kept, going, eh? This kid has a harder head, I mean, he's been maced. The guy tried to attack him, and then another guy bashed him in the head. This kid is a super soldier. But Johnny's also right. He should have kept his mouth shut and just let his lawyer speak for him.
Running past Anthony Huber, and as I'm running past Mr. Huber, he's holding a skateboard like a baseball bat, and he swings it down, and I block it with my arm, trying to prevent it from hitting me, but it still hits me in the neck. And as I block it, it goes flying somewhere off in the distance.
And did you stop then?
No.
What do you do next?
I keep running down Sheridan Road towards the police line.
Damn, this kid is tough. Oh, hey, hey, Mr. Gamma. Oh, the Gamma is on mute here, I guess. He's doing Gamma things right now. Which may mean he's stuffing a burrito right now. I don't know. I don't know what my co-host does.
Hey, what's up, Sammy? What's up, chat? Yeah, I'm here. I'm just gonna be muted for a second because I'm not stuffing a burrito, you fucking perv. But I'm doing a couple things. I'm listening. But I'm here. I missed you guys. But yeah, I didn't want to interrupt, so keep going, bud.
We missed you too. But yeah, so this kid is tough as nails, I would say. Just the fact that he got bashed, he got maced, he got bashed in the neck with the skateboard and still kept going. I mean that is some pretty hardcore shit for real life, I would say. Then again, maybe that just seems hardcore to me because I'm crippled, but I don't know.
Then what happens?
I get lightheaded. I almost pass out, and I stumble and hit the ground.
Okay. Before you hit the ground, how many times were you struck?
I believe twice.
Okay. Do you remember anything about the other one?
I remember the first one being a rock. I don't remember who did it, but I remember like the bumpiness of like a concrete rock hitting me in the back of the head.
Okay. Now, after being struck with Mr. Huber's skateboard, you end up on the ground.
Yes.
You're on the ground.
Sorry.
What's the first thing you remember?
As I'm on the ground, there are people around me. I don't recall how many, but I remember moving my rifle in their direction, and they back off besides one person.
It's playing just fine through the actual stream, though.
People by
It's
you.
weird.
You said you moved your rifle in their direction.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah,
That's a good,
Did that
good
individual
freeze frame
keep
right
coming?
there.
The last person did.
Okay. The people that stopped, what did you do to them?
Nothing.
Okay. And you're saying the last person in that group continued to come at you?
Yes.
And describe what happened.
The last person, I don't know his name. I don't think he was ever identified.
Oh wait, I think it froze on the video stream now, though too. That's okay. Now it's Okay, now it's unfrozen. Technology, folks.
Jumps at me with he was wearing boots, I believe, and as he's running at me and jumping, as his boot is making contact with my face, I fired 2 shots at him.
Why did you shoot at him?
I thought if if I were to be knocked out, or he would have stomped my face in if I didn't fire.
As a result of being kicked in the face, what happens?
Mr. Huber, immediately after I'm kicked in the face, runs up as I'm sitting up to try to get up and get to the police. I'm on my back, and Mr. Huber runs up. As I'm getting up, he strikes me in the neck with his skateboard a second time.
Then what happened?
He grabs my gun, and I can feel it pulling away from me, and I can feel the strap starting to come off my body.
And what do you do then?
I fire one shot.
And after you fire, striking, we now know Mr. Huber, what do you do?
I lower my weapon, and I see Mr. Grosskreutz with his hands up, and as I'm lowering my weapon, I look down, and then Mr. Grosskreutz, he lunges at me with his pistol pointed directly at my head.
Now, you heard Mr. Grosskreuz's testimony about re-racking?
Yes.
Did you re-rack your weapon?
I did not.
Could I have the exhibit, please? Make sure to see if you would.
I'm assuming that that's his mother. That's Kyle's
That is his mother, yeah.
mother that they're showing.
Yeah. Mama Rittenhouse, that's her.
This might be a good time. Well, I mean, we're almost at the end of this, but what do you make of this whole shit show of a trial to begin with?
Oh, well, like everybody that's paying attention, I'm not only a firm Rittenhouse fanboy, but I mean, no clearer. It's so obvious, but because of the obfuscation of the mainstream media and shit, why so many people are against him. But yeah, it's a very clear case, clear-cut self-defense case. But I watched. I shouldn't say I watched. I had a headphone in for, two full 8-hour shifts of work at least, starting with the day that Kyle's testimony, and then his cross-examination was like 5.5 hours or something. And I think the same thing a lot of people do. For one, I don't understand how the still going. I mean, if you've watched enough of it, this judge has, sent the jury out numerous times. When the cross-examination starts, actually, that fucking idiot with the rebel pin, whatever different flashy pin every day of the week on the prosecution. Came up and
Littlefinger?
questioning his right for. Yeah, started questioning his right to remain silent or whatever. His Fifth Amendment right. It was like, it's just been. I don't know, man. I don't really have anything poignant to say at the moment. But I think it's important. I think it's very important.
Yeah. I was.
What's up, Pope?
Okay. Now the kids decide to show up. Yeah. No. I think what's interesting is this is the only part of the trial I haven't seen, which is why I'm kind of live reacting. But all in all, like you, I think I am surprised that it's going on, that it's gone that it's gone on this long. I'm also
I-
a bit
Oh,
surprised.
go ahead.
Like Johnny said, Kyle should have never testified. He should just let his lawyer speak on his behalf, and let the defense witnesses speak on his behalf, and just keep his mouth shut. And that's what Nick Rekieta was saying he should have done a few days ago.
Right. I wanted to comment. I actually wanted to comment on that because what Alan just pointed out in the chat, like the defense, questioning their own witness is not that interesting. We know all this, but what is interesting, which would be a long reaction, but I think it's like 5 or 5.5 hours of cross-examination by the prosecution. And like I said, my first time tuning in was right probably 5 minutes before Kyle took the stand. Popped into Rekieta's stream, and I was fixed, so I had an earphone, an earbud in all fucking day listening while I'm doing my customer service job effectively. But nobody understood it. You never want to send your the defendant on the stand if you don't have to. And everyone's like, this is fucking open and shut. Prosecution's been retarded up to this point. There's no reason. Only bad can come from this. But as it went on, and I listened to the whole thing, and the prosecution throw everything they had, which was nothing from the get-go. And Kyle, there were a couple of moments that were kind of, maybe not great, but Kyle was as fucking solid as you could possibly be. And it might be really important that he did go on the stand, considering the part of the country this has taken place and the jurors being Midwesterners, and you know what I mean? Like all this legal mumbo jumbo, everybody knows that you can weasel your way out of shit. OJ can get a guilty charge, and you know what I mean? Like people, depending on your age, have seen countless legal gymnastics. You know what I mean? People with enough money that can pay their way out of charges and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for Kyle to put a human face on it, and I mean, I've heard some talk about his emotional breakdown, and I don't personally have PTSD, but I know a few veterans that have described. I've not spoken to any of my veteran friends in particular, about this, but what they described to me and their loved ones, in particular, have described to me is like for their sort of breakdowns. I mean, I don't know. I believed it. I guess I should say that's kind of what I'm getting at. Like it didn't strike me as fake.
No.
And I can only imagine a 17-year-old legend. I mean, again, because he clearly wasn't going there he wasn't trying to go he wasn't hunting people. He wasn't trying to go kill people. He's literally a hero, dude. He deserves to be held up by everybody that holds American values dear, at least in this case. I don't know everything about him, but
well, in the sad thing too, and I tweeted this out on the day when I first started watching. The sad thing about this is now in the future you're going to have cases where someone asks for help, like in your local community or something, and people may be hesitant to help out in situations like this now because and maybe this is just me being a cynic now, but now you're gonna be like, well, I don't want to end up like Kyle Rittenhouse if this goes poorly for Kyle, is what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, even if it goes good for Kyle, you don't want to be like Kyle Rittenhouse, because even if he's exonerated, charged with nothing bad happens to him legally, there's so much bad that's going to happen to him socially that there's no making it up.
Oh yeah. Well not just that. The other thing too is people keep saying, "Oh, well Kyle needs to sue CNN. He needs to, sue the media and whatnot." And some people think he should, but I personally think that he's just going to, if he wins, I think he's just going to want to fade into the background, honestly.
No, fuck. Hold on. By the way, audio check. Hopefully, but I want to get this out. No, fuck that, Sammy. Because the current sitting president of the United States libeled Kyle Rittenhouse.
Oh yeah, no,
CNN. It is across the fucking board bullshit. He should take and burn all of them as far as he can, because this has been hell on that kid and his family and everybody around him. So fuck yeah. No, I don't think he should fade off at all.
Oh no, I don't think he should either. I think he should go at them all. I'm looking at this from, will he want to burn them all to the ground? That's what I'm not sure of. So, because as much as the media likes to portray him as a monster, he seems like a scared kid, honestly. And, that's not an insult, but, that's just kind of, he seems like a reluctant hero.
Honestly, I wish he was the monster they portrayed him as.
I wish he were too.
Could you imagine?
Like that'd be so fucking awesome if he actually was just going around fucking hunting people. Like, goddamn, that would be so cool.
He'd be a real life Brent Castle. In that case, not the shitty IRL streamer, but
Oh.
the Punisher,
Oh fuck.
basically.
Yeah, no. I almost bought a $225 collection for like Star Wars games when I was just trying to buy one. I'm so glad I caught that.
Are you on
Sammy, right click and turn Pope down
Okay.
a little bit. Yeah, something's up with my audio. It's like it's not clipping. It sounds like it's clipping, but it's not.
No,
it's coming through the stream as though like. Yeah,
No,
no, it sounds really bad
Your audio is sounding
through
good
the stream.
to me.
No, through the stream, Sammy.
Oh. I don't
It doesn't matter.
I don't know what's up with that.
I'm just gonna restart my computer, fellas. I'll be right.
All right.
Yeah, I turned Pope down a bit, so hopefully that should
Well,
that should help.
I don't know. Are we still on the air?
Yeah, but I'm gonna wrap this up here pretty quickly, I think. But yeah, I mean this kid did nothing wrong, and it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens on Monday. Johnny in the chat says it's not going to go well for Kyle. 5 jurors have been wearing masks the whole time. 1 juror is against him, and it's a new trial with a new judge. And welcome to the chat, Alan Powell. What is your take on this, Mr. You're an expert in a lot of the firearms stuff.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance he'll get acquitted.
I'm hoping that that's the case.
Yeah, the prosecution may be able to convince the jury on a lesser charge. But I don't even know about that because the evidence that they have that they're trying to get through isn't that good.
Yeah, no. I mean, like Johnny said, if this case would already be open and shut if Kyle hadn't testified.
Oh, well, I think prosecution wanted to bring in what happened before, like when with the drone footage and all that. Regardless,
Yeah,
that's what's taken up. That's what made it, on the week or Monday instead of Friday or Saturday.
Well, they're also bringing up the fact that like he played Call of Duty or something like that. That he's a gamer, which at this point is a meme.
Yeah, that's just to dilute the jury more.
Yeah.
That was
I'm hoping they let them all off, and like you said in chat, it's not that interesting to watch prosecution.
or no, the defendant, because
Yeah,
that was the
to watch the defense interview their own client.
yeah. It's the prosecution being snidely. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Fuck the prosecution. They can all suck my dick.
Well, yeah, and I mean that's the other thing is Binger basically admitted that this shit is entirely political. And because we have Apex and Alan both on stream.
Check.
Oh my
Go ahead.
god, you're sounding better now.
So when do we start pulling Mersh?
Yeah.
Well, that started out 2 weeks ago, my brother. So.
I've been busy.
I'm not clipping. Hell yeah. Sound good. What's up? Fuck yeah. Hi, Alan.
How's it going? You weren't clipping earlier.
Well, on the stream, I wasn't clipping, but it was like, like that.
Only
some
at the
weird-
beginning. It cleared up after, like 10
Well,
minutes.
Well, whatever. All right. Now it's good. So what were you saying? Now that you have the esteemed ghost of Alan Powell and me?
Now that I have both of you here, the hate army is going to come back and watch us all. So.
Ooh, I'm gonna tweet it right now. Actually, Alan Powell.
Zen Rhino and Arnold Nicotina.
Zen fucking blocked me immediately.
Yeah,
he's been following me forever.
Zen blocked. Zen blocked.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine, dude, being so? I mean, I don't know. Just being so like hard for your internet creator, like hero that anybody that. Because like I really don't give a fuck about Mersh. I don't really give a fuck about Owen Benjamin. I never did anything to any of them other than laugh at them and point out how fucking stupid they are. So
I was nice to you, Sam.
yeah. Now you, on the other hand, Sam, you're a traitor's piece of shit for hosting a stream that you've been doing for like fucking 25 years with me as your co-host and talked about a topic that you didn't plan on that I brought up and then invited Alan on to talk about further. Let's
be honest though. This isn't the first time. That wasn't the first time I goofed on Mersh either. To be fair, you and I were laughing our ass off at the Baked Alaska non-confrontation.
Oh my God, that was amazing. Yeah. Well, yeah, we've periodically brought up and ripped on Mersh for, I mean, as long as I've been doing this with you.
Pretty much. And don't worry, I'm not going to out people. I'm not going to out anyone in particular, but there are people who are just like they've DM me and they've been like, so hey man, I like Merch, but I also still like your show, and just don't tell Mersh that I like your that I
Your
Well,
show.
that I
that's the
still
thing, man, is like I know a handful of people, particularly on Twitter, that are fans of, if not ROTC and Nightwave, then at least ROTC. You know what I mean? And I consider them to be, they're funny people. They're relatively cool, but they're also not the ones that are so absorbed that if they see criticism, they're gonna fucking block all communication. Like this is the fucking internet, children. Let's
yeah.
let's have a couple of laughs at each other's expense. Why the fuck not?
Yeah, and I mean, look, I mean, you know, how many times have we goofed on each other? There's actually, I forgot to upload this, but I did record footage just for you, Apex, of me.
Oh no, Sam, I told you to stop recording your gay porno for me. I don't want it. Send your masturbation videos to Pornhub. All right, I don't want them. You're the tech guy here.
No, people are gonna. The thing of it is, people are gonna go to Pornhub looking for that for that
Don't
now.
Don't disappoint them.
Unironically, and yeah, and they're gonna be. Listen, it's Terminator style porn.
Dun 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 dun.
But no, in all seriousness, I did record footage of me
Jacking off.
Jerking off. Oh, Lieutenant Danning, you did?
Lieutenant Danning my way, and that was like and I was gonna upload it to YouTube, and then
Oh, please do that.
yeah, I was actually thinking that I was thinking of incorporating the no legs meme into it now too, because apparently Apex, I don't know if you know this, but I don't have legs.
Holy fuck! I had my suspicions, Sam, but I didn't want to be rude.
Sounds like the prosecution. Rittenhouse.
Oh God. So yeah, since I haven't spoken any of this publicly, but well, not publicly on the show because I missed the last couple. But I did actually finally get to watch Mersh's hour and however long response to us talking about him. Thanks to Hoax Wars over on D Live. One of the few notifications that I have set, in particular for D Live, I believe it's the only one I have for D Live. But that little bastard always streams while I'm at work, and I literally got home, sat down, cracked open a beer, and blink, Hoax Wars live. So I was all excited. Watched some fucking something else. Something I was completely unaware of. The Q fags that believed that who was it? One of the Kennedys was gonna show up to somewhere. Do you remember that? It was in that.
Oh yeah, isn't there like something that like JFK Jr. is still like alive?
Junior, exactly. Yeah, that's what it was. So again, in true Hoax Wars fashion, I was just enjoying the content because he had just pulls some good shit from the random corners of the internet, and then the next thing I know, he brings up our stream. You know what I mean, and starts going over it. And
yeah,
I honestly did not care to take the time to watch it. I didn't care. The fact that he spent any time at all talking about you, me, Alan, this stream, and us talking about him, I thought was just the funniest thing I'd ever heard. And I saw some clips and stuff, but yeah, it was the first time I was inclined to actually watch it. And I mean, I don't even really know what to say about it other than it's funnier than I thought. The contents of his little rants is funnier than my imagination of just knowing that he did it. The things he talks about, the oh, so yeah. Hey Mersh, You're you suck, dude. You're an idiot. Come on, just you're fat, you're an idiot, and you suck. And you know, you can take that fucking microphone out of the back of your throat. It's not a dildo, faggot. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Anyway,
well, the fact that Mersh was like calling me retarded and whatnot, it's like okay, what are we? What is this? Are we in fucking junior high again? Like,
no, see, you know, and that's the thing, and that's what really bothers me. What bothered me about Mersh from the get, or what, like, the first little thing in my craw was this dude who has made his little internet career by fucking with people, laughing at people, and targeting his audience to go and fuck with people. Not necessarily harass, but certainly raid people's streams and say certain things or whatever. He's done it. He did it. I don't know what the fuck that loser does now, but he used to, you know, e-frogs and the e-frogs and various other just mentally challenged people that he genuinely mentally challenged people that he would feature and, you know, you know, as it would be called, quote unquote, bully, and, you know, to some degree, but you know, he was having a laugh, making fun. And at the end of the day, like in E-Frog's case, would bring him on the show or whatever. But the second someone plays one of those jokes at his expense, not only can he not, you know, he doesn't get it at first. Guess what? I was fooled by the first Ursa Mana video for a minute because I just watched the video and I'm like, that's the most brilliant thing I've ever heard. That's fucking amazing. That is so funny. But again, you know, being implicated by someone bigger, being, you know, the big bear. And you guys know, you know all this story, but the thin skinned, you know what I mean? Like he may, for all the things he may be good at, he's pretending that he's not a lot of things that he is, which is an idiot and a loser and a faggot and a failure. You know, and that's fine. You know what I mean? We all suck at things.
the amount of self projection that he does too. Like, I don't know if you saw, I made a response video to his response in which like I pretty much own the fact that like I'm crippled. It's like, ooh, you know, you got me. I'm crippled.
Well, Sammy, listen, man, no offense. And this is one of the first things that popped into my head when I saw that he did a response video to you, us, whatever, was, and I know, no offense, which I don't think I need to say, but it's you're low hanging fruit. For him.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Oh, of course.
To call somebody cripple retarded and to make fun of their legs not working because, and I mean, that's the worst, in my opinion. The most egregious part is you just hosted Alan and I talking shit about him. You didn't talk that much shit. You're just, you know, it wasn't like you were, you know, saying anything really bad other than just normal banter.
He got pretty he did get pretty heated that I compared him. That I said that he was just as relevant as Howard Stern was. I get, for some reason that really bothered him.
Yeah, I'm really, you know what bothers me is the fact that fucking that he, you know, after all of everything that's come out, he admitted to, you know, snitching and giving people's names out, but the evidence shows, by, you know, thanks to diligent people such as Alan and Milker Nation and so many other people, that he knew. Maybe Alan can clear. I can't get the exact chain of events here, but there's been a question posed to Mersh specifically that he seems to refuse to answer. Like, why report these people if you knew fuck, I can't remember the exact wording of the question. Now I feel like an idiot. As, par for the course. Hey, I haven't been here in a while, guys.
Well, I
Anyway.
mean, let's listen. What like you're saying. I mean, yeah. Obviously, I am low hanging fruit, and obviously, I didn't attack him, but his whole narrative of I was nice to you and I helped grow your channel. It's like, yeah, you helped me get to 100 subscribers, but motherfucker.
That's a joke. That's a joke. Go ahead, sorry.
But motherfucker, you only did the show one time. And it wasn't.
Yeah, and what else did you do beyond that, you fat fuck? Did you promote Sam? Did you ever retweet or, mention him anywhere ever? For anything?
He gave me a shout out a couple times, but that was it.
Okay, well that's good. That's worth noting, but anyway.
No, I just find it funny that like I find it funny that like I went from being like, an ally, quote unquote, in that community, which I never really was. I was just orbiting, to all of a sudden I'm not only am I with Alan Palin, that I'm one of the de facto leaders of the anti-merch mafia, or
That was my favorite part, Sam, actually. That overarching narrative that just because, like, he kept saying these people when reacting to your video, our stream, talking about the police report. These people spend all day this and all day that. And these people kept lumping us in with whoever the fuck else he's talking about. The Reddit, I imagine. And I don't use Reddit. I never fucking have, and I don't intend to. I'm sure there's a lot of fun going on there, but I don't have that.
I
don't have that many brain cells.
I never went. Well, the funny thing of what is I was never on the Reddit either, until Merch basically, went off on the rant, and then I decided to go check out, and I'm like, well, hey guys, I guess I'm supposed to be here now, so here I am. But see, that's the thing, is like, and it's not just Merch. A lot of these internet people drive people to hate them. In kind of the.
I drive to people I hate.
Well, yeah.
Well, let me ask you, Alan. Were you at all surprised? Did Mersh's reaction to Sam's video, our stream, surprise you at all? Like, I mean, just the fact that he did it.
I knew he was going to cope and see.
Right, but do an hour, whatever, however long. I know it was more than an hour. Reaction video, like that. That just seems. That's like Internet 101. You know what I mean? You don't point people to. Although maybe that's strategic. Maybe if he's trying to paint you as like the leader, Sammy, the de facto leader of the Mersh Hate Club, he's like, look at these people, and he's not talking. That's actually that may be a valid angle there, because he's not bringing Jesse up. He's not bringing Alan up. I mean, at least not any of the videos, streams that they've done.
And that was actually,
because I don't pay attention to them.
That was actually, I didn't see the whole thing, but I did see that. I did see a clip where Pod Awful mentioned me on a stream with Porcelain, and I think he goes something like, Mersh could have mentioned anyone. He could have mentioned me. He could have mentioned Porcelain, but he decided to go after Sam Whitfield, of all people.
Exactly.
I wonder why that is. And again,
exactly,
the low hanging fruit thing. Yeah, I mean, yeah. And by the way, I'm not offended by that at all. That's what's funny to me. It's like him going after me doesn't make me look bad. It only makes him look worse.
Exactly, dude. We do this show here. And yeah, we're not trying to grift a living out of telling people things on the internet. Would be nice if Sammy could get some sort of connection somewhere and get maybe a job. But anyway, this is just fun for me. I mean,
Yeah.
and you're my friend, and most of the people we hang out with around here, I
Oh,
consider.
I'm trying to grift off of this.
What's that?
Well, yeah.
I said I'm trying to grift off of this.
Pope and I both are trying to kind of grift. No, what
You're
I'm
not doing a very good job, Sam.
well, I'm not a whore either. And see, the other thing is I actually like my audience. Which I know.
Bro, just set your phone up, hit record. Actually, if you've got more than one recording device, hit record on your webcam, set your phone up in the fucking hallway or in the kitchen. Record both of those bitches and record what it looks like when you turn your camera off and go get a beer or go fucking take a piss or go get anything, do anything when there's not
You could
someone
learn
there
how to sing really well and do American Idol.
yeah. Or not even sing that well at all. Just
I
be really charming.
I can't sing well at all. There is a video of me singing "Won't Get Fooled Again" that's like really horrible and out of key. I would upload that, except for I don't want to get
Fooled again.
I don't want to get ask. I don't want to get ass capped again or whatever the music thing is.
Copyright strike.
Yeah.
DMCA'd.
Yeah, DMCA by the
ass blasted.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a legal term.
Yeah, ass blasted. So,
Yeah, so it's pretty funny that Mersh, tried to rat out pretty much the entire internet because Ty Richards called CPS on Owen.
Well, no one likes Owen Benjamin.
Who called CPS on Owen? What was that? I stepped away for a second.
Ty
Richards.
Ty Richards.
Why does that name sound familiar?
He was the one that had a big falling out with Owen, like a month or two before December 2019. Because remember Nasty? It's how I found out about Nasty Nate.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
They were the two button heads.
Yeah.
Ty Richards, I believe, is one of the reasons why Semper left the barnacle.
Yeah, Nate called Saucin a whore, and Owen called Saucin a whore.
Yep. Whore.
Was like, that's not cool.
Yeah. Only I get to call her a whore.
Well, we call her whore too, because we love her.
Yeah.
No.
And she's a whore.
Only I get to love her.
Okay, Pope. So anyway, I will. I find it curious that the National Guard's being called to Kenosha in preparation for the Rittenhouse. Whatever they call that.
Verdict.
Verdict. That's the word. Thank you. But that motherfucker was burning for how many days? And the FBI had drones flying overhead the whole time. And they didn't do shit. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird, guys?
What's up, everybody?
What's up, Long Grain?
Isn't it weird how, like, the FBI exists, yet Dave, you have to touch my penis in any way, shape, or form.
In a world where the FBI exists but doesn't jerk Pope off every night before he goes to bed, tucks him in.
You could try
It's my
going through
bedtime story.
TSA
You
and acting
think
really
we're going to
suspicious.
touch your penis in a world where that's never going to happen in a world?
Fuck
You
the
know,
FBI.
you know, my name's Pope and I work for the FBI. Girls supposedly are real, but they've never touched my penis before.
The
So how can they
BFI.
possibly be real? How can girls possibly be real? They've not one has
Women
ever
are
touched my
real.
penis.
You see Apex get it? The girls aren't real. They're made up.
This
Now,
world.
now see, I do work. I am an FBI agent. I'm with the
Oh boy.
I'm with the female body.
Oh boy.
I'm with
T-shirt from the 90s, wearing a fucking blazer right in front of you right now.
Yeah.
I am also a female body inspector. That's right.
I'm a 3 words. Never mind, I don't know.
Yeah, well, you're
I was gonna
fucking.
say fraudulently buoyant and incendiary.
Yeah, how about you incended these nuts?
Where am I sending them? Am I sending them to your mom's house like I did last night, bitch?
No, you're gonna incend my nuts into your mouth.
Oh.
Who you?
No, you.
No, you, Sam. Boo you.
By
What's
the
up, Alan Powell?
so Apex, you have not met Kenny, but Kenny is one of the associates over at Ian Ellis LLC.
I recognize the name. Hi, Kenny. I'm
and
sorry
so-
if I start talking like a retard because the only Kenny that I know here on Discord is the infamous Kenny Jones, who is a snake charmer and
What about Kenny Loggins?
Does Kenny Jones know Bowen the Snake?
He might.
Oh, well,
he knows Mogwit though. That's all I know. He knows Mogwit.
Hey, you leave Kenny Jones alone. Kenny
I know.
Jones is a
Kenny Jones is pretty based, to be honest with you. He's pretty cool. He's a pretty cool guy.
Oh, you said it just like that.
Anyway, yeah.
Um,
So anyway, Kenny, sorry if I talk to you like you're like a retarded child because I'm just used to talking to Kennys that way here on Discord.
No, you.
Oh yeah, no, it's fine.
Oh
Definitely
shit!
me.
Philip Wave is in the chat too.
Oh, hell yeah.
We which
Yeah.
by the way, Apex, but one of the reasons why we might have gotten on Merch's radar is because we got featured on Philip Wave a few and
Oh really?
well, we didn't get featured as characters, not yet, but they played our clip, basically.
Oh no, I would no.
Merch doesn't watch any of our stuff. He has his producer watch it for him.
No,
Yeah, which is one of his faggot personalities.
Yeah.
Northwest DeLorean or whatever. He's
Nappy Weave DeLorean.
he he has some guy that's like LARPing as Don Johnson in his chat too. It's been like trying to like tough talking it. Whatever. So I can also tell it really bothers people that I'm friends with Alan for whatever reason. Alan is just a harmless sociopath.
Yes,
Again,
a harmless criminal sociopath.
It's the same people that are like, you fucking watch Mersh? How fucking dare you? I am going to dox you and call your employer, or at the very least, block you on every form of social media. And cease to, recognize your existence at all. You know what I mean? That's the kind of, you know what I mean? That's, I guess that's the benefit of the internet. You have the ability to do that, but we're so far beyond that. What the hell? Oh,
I
that
got
was
that
long drag.
Gorilla Glue. That's right. I got that
Gorilla Glue.
Yeah.
Nigga, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Alan, turn your cameras on and show your AKs. Flash your
Oh,
AKs.
you.
Well,
You first.
Well, Alan has really vicious dog. Alan is a dog walker. We all know that. But what people don't know is that Alan handles some of the most ferocious beasts ever.
You beavers, you almost had it right. The most ferocious beavers.
Well, yeah, I mean he does live in
smoking.
he does live in California, so I'm sure some of those Orange County housewives, I'm sure they're ferocious as well. So
Whoa. We're talking about dam building mammals here, buddy. Get your head out of the titties, Sam. Come on. Just for one stream.
Smoking. Damn it. I can't even find a bomb.
Can't even find a bong.
Whiskey said, that's Whiskey doing Kenny Jones, I think. Please block me.
Please block me. Please block me. I wish you would. You blocking me only makes me more powerful. My name is Kenny Jones.
What if we Kenny seems like a good lad.
No, Kenny's a good boy, but he's also immune to everything.
Well,
he will sit through the most horrendous.
I found the bomb. That's right.
Just yeah.
It's not a tumor. It's in the bathroom of all places.
Well,
his autism grants him the ability to be immune to all criticism. Why? See, he just it just washes over him like a wave,
like a night wave.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Why don't we just put Kenny with Murph and watch those two like argue it out, something.
Mm. Yeah, there would there would have to be something in it for Mersh.
Give me a Philly cheesesteak.
No, see, because DeFango tried to buy him Olive Garden right there in his own fucking town. And,
That's because I only eat there with family.
Kenny Jones is
Philip Wave need to take him out for cheesesteaks.
Immune to logic. Take him out for cheesesteaks. For cheesesteaks.
Might to buy toilet paper soon.
Didn't
toilet paper?
Didn't Philip Wave try and like
Applebee's is the trick.
Getting Sargon into it. You got your shoot, I hope.
Does anybody go to Applebee's anymore?
Sargon of Akkad.
I go to Applebee's sometimes. That's right.
I drive by Applebee's to go to my favorite Mexican restaurant, but
I don't believe in Applebee's.
Mm-hmm.
Applebee's doesn't exist.
It's fictional.
Is your
Applebee's is the government.
It's run by birds.
I've never seen an Applebee's in real life. So how can Applebee's be real?
You know what?
Because it's run by women who've also never touched your penis.
Oh my gosh!
It all makes
If
sense.
it's ran by women, then it definitely doesn't exist.
You know what I discovered lately is Popeyes. I'm not.
Oh, Oh, Willie, tell me about that.
I'm not ashamed to admit it's better than Kentucky Fried chicken. And yes, I mean, say what you will, but the blacks make good chicken.
Nigga, everybody loves chicken.
Have you had churches?
Yeah, have you had churches, fool?
Not I don't think they have churches in Florida.
Well, yeah, well, at least they're religious ones, I'm assuming.
Yeah, well, the best Chick-fil-A that you can buy in a drive-through, or I'm sorry, best Chick-fil-A. I just gave it away. The best chicken you can buy in a drive-through is Chick-fil-A.
That is
Never had it.
That is true.
That's because you're in the godless hellhole of California. They probably don't. God doesn't
Yeah,
want us
here.
fast food. Oh, fuck.
They just don't fillet real chicks, so I don't get interested.
Mm. Well, look at you.
Whiskey says he stops at the Waffle House, which
The
one?
Waffle House.
Which
The Waffle House, yay!
Yay!
that one did surprise me though. If Whiskey went into a Waffle House and was just like, I'm Whiskey and my voice is super deep and I would like.
Hi, my name is Whiskey, and I'm
My name is Whiskey
I'm one of those Muppet characters. I want your finest Kraft cheese and that girl over there, the one holding the knife. That's the one. And now I'm a Southerner, because this is the direction that I'm going with my voice right now. Because my name is Whiskey. Soundboard.
Cash right.
That's right.
That's right. And the fucking building collapses around him.
Oh shit! Yeah, you weren't kidding. Those are No, see those are what Kyle should have taken with us.
No, Kyle had everything he needed, and yeah. See, that is so pretty. Is it weird if I start jacking off right now, guys?
Only if we can hear you.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, listen, you guys can't see what I'm doing. I'm multitasking here, folks.
You're nasty.
You fucking nasty boy. Oh, that one's my favorite, by the way, Alan.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
that
Good boy, the good boy fin grips on there. That's
that,
beautiful, Alan. That's beautiful.
The only thing hotter than
God, can you imagine being? And listen, anybody watching or in this chat, and I know you poor podcast listeners don't understand, but we just saw no less than 10 gorgeous rifles, several of them with holographic sights and beautiful self-stained wood on some of those AK models. Could you imagine being so fucking poor?
Yeah, that would be awful.
Such a broke piece of shit. It's such a low life that spends all their time and all of their effort not making money, not earning what they care about, but following, trying to just desperately to destroy the life of internet celebrities. God.
And
it makes my skin crawl.
And also having really messed up teeth, but having those many.
That's
that that's the one I don't. That's the one I don't even understand. It's like okay. So his teeth are a little weird. What's the big deal?
And it's funny that he thinks Invisalign is like the cure-all for any tooth, problems.
Well, I mean, again, Mr. Self-projection.
Oh, yeah. Get kicked in the mouth by a horse? Invisalign will fix it.
Well, I mean, Alan doesn't beat strippers either.
Yeah. I don't need to pay women to give me BJs. They pay me.
Well, you know what? You should start beating them.
Who?
Alan should start beating strippers.
Why though?
Why not?
No, I mean you should start beating strippers.
You know what?
I mean,
Honestly, I
if you
should.
have a compelling reason for Alan to start doing so, I'm all ears. But it sounds like you need to start beating
Yeah,
prostitutes.
no, I should. You know
I
what?
mean
I
strippers
should.
or whatever.
I should go into the strip clubs. Not pay them anything. See one, and just deck her right in the fucking mouth.
Well, but see, Pope, you also need to get like a vape pen and like a really like poor blazer too. Not like this one, like crappier.
No, don't copy me, bitch. Don't copy my.
You need to like also have you also need to have like a vape. When you go into the strip club and like if you can cross your eye too, that would be great.
Incredible stuff, folks.
Wait,
I get my front burner hose to beat my back burner hose, so I don't get blood on my hands.
That's why you got a bottom bitch. Your bottom bitch does all your dirty work.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. That's right, folks.
That's right.
Gotta keep
listen, I enunciated that's right because I don't know what the fuck kind of crazy shit Whiskey's getting into, and I don't know if he's fucking got an NFT on fucking or some sort of copyright. Who the fuck knows what that crazy fucking asshole is getting into? Crypto. He's a crypto bro now. So
listen,
and he's got NFTs. He's probably going to make an NFT of your face. And perhaps mine too. Because you know what? Because he's a crypto bro.
Listen.
He knows no ethics.
Listen, Sammy Coin could be a really hot commodity, bro.
It could be the gayest thing since Bitcoin.
Wait, our Bitcoin or actual Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Period.
Fair enough.
There you go. Now you got it.
Take Pope to a Midwestern strip club. He would get his
Yeah,
ass.
he'd get choked out in fucking 5 minutes, dude. He'd walk in there and swing on one of these broads that are 2 feet taller than him. Pope, well, you're like 3 foot, right?
I'm 5'11".
Oh, that's California measurements, though, right?
Hey, I'm not in Cali anymore.
No, that's where you're from, though. You haven't been Texas
No, I'm
measured.
not from, and I'm not even from there.
Oh, is that where you were last measured, though?
Breaking news!
Breaking news, everybody. Go ahead.
Slammy Coin is next.
To the moon, and Whiskey's going to take all of it because it'll be his. Just kidding. Anyway, Pope, what were you yammering about?
What?
I don't know. Anyway, are we done with Rittenhouse? Yeah, we're done with Rittenhouse.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
There's some funny ass memes, dude. Like, either this is, I don't know. There's been a few of these like bookmarks or notable peaks / valleys, however you want to categorize it, of this downfall of this once great nation. Arguably, long before any of us were born, was it great? But this Rittenhouse thing, depending on which way it goes, actually, I'm not sure that it definitely matters which way it goes. But it seems obvious to everyone that I've talked to that's paid any attention what the verdict's going to be to a reasonable jury. But I don't know.
Have you guys seen the video or the photo that they're trying to prosecution's like hanging on, where he's allegedly pointed his rifle at people?
Yeah, the like 16 pixels that they wanted to pinch and zoom, the old pinch and zoom.
Yeah.
That the judge just yesterday fucking like boomered his way into realizing was such horseshit in the first place.
Yeah, because even for provocation to apply, he can't retreat. Once he retreats, then the other person could be the main aggressor. And
exactly.
He can still use self-defense. So and of course, it's I'm pretty sure it's a 1-point sling and that he's right-handed, so it's pointing down to the left, and it's so grainy that, him adjusting it to stop and adjust it from hitting his nuts every time he takes a step. In grainy, it looks like he's pointing the direction the other way, but really it's pointed at the ground.
Right. Yeah, just like they tried to say when he was on his back after after or before the after the skateboard. We got Grosskreutz, another very non-Hebrew sounding name. But definitely illegally carrying that firearm as he was a federal criminal. But as he advanced, before he advanced, when he had his hands up, they're like, "Oh, and it appears you have your rifle pointed at him." No, motherfucker. It's the angle. He clearly does not. And I find it interesting because one of the most revealing parts of this whole thing that I've listened to, that I had to pull my phone out of my pocket and like sneak off away from the sales floor to actually look at, was the fact that he didn't re-rack a round. Like I thought
he wouldn't need to unless there was some sort of obstruction or
a jam, right?
Yeah.
But I thought that it was in my mind, from what I remembered, there was, and it was like from the footage, like there was clearly like a jam or something, and he re-racked and then fired. But
for that,
again,
even if he did, it wouldn't make a difference, because if he didn't, he'd be dead, and they'd have his gun and would have killed more people.
Right, but I guess the argument, I mean, thinking like the retard trying to pretend I understand any sort of law that I am, that argument may have been relevant because up to that point, Grosskreutz had his hands up, and Kyle was pointing the fucking...
Well, he's still advanced, yeah.
Right, exactly. Go ahead.
He was running towards him and chasing him, so, he loses, because that's being a main aggressor at that point. If you're chasing someone that's running away, you're the main aggressor. And that's how they look at it. Even if you put his hands up for a second, that's a common ruse,
Right.
A very good word, a ruse.
I guess to know that he would have needed to clear and re-rack, he would have had to pull the trigger before Grosskreutz had his hands down, which again would be an argument if you were trying to create a legal defense, but that clearly doesn't seem to have been the case. So that's all I was saying. Sam, you falling asleep there, buddy? You all right? You wanna?
No, I'm still here.
Okay. Well, you remember you got your camera on, so we can see you when your earpiece falls out, when you pick your nose, when you drop to the floor and Army the fuck crawled. Get a beer.
Which I am out of beer, by the way. So that is.
That is a tragedy. Anyway, I don't know how long you wanted to go, buddy. We can keep going. I, for once, don't work all day tomorrow.
I don't think they're
But
going to get 12 people to vote guilty.
yeah, I don't know. But as Johnny pointed out, all they need is one to not budge, and new jury, new trial, right?
No, it would be acquittal.
Explain.
Yeah.
They need all 12 people to unanimously vote guilty to, be good. If and it's either, well, it depends on if it's with prejudice or without. But I think there would probably be with prejudice.
So, but if one of the what's a
double
hung
jeopardy.
jury? What's a hung jury then? Like
Hung
if one
jury
of
is
the,
when one person doesn't agree with the other 11, and they can't convince them after going back because the judge can keep sending them back pretty much indefinitely until the one person budges, and the other person will be pressured into changing their mind because everyone's like, we want to go home, we're tired of this, blah blah blah, just change your vote. Or they'll get them to be like, what if we all agree to get him for second-degree manslaughter or something like that.
which would be, I mean, double jeopardy, or you're right, because it's files not charges not filed in the first. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know anything about
one
any
of the
this.
things they went through in the most recent days is that Kyle said it's okay if they introduce lesser charges,
Yeah.
which his lawyers agreed to. Which I don't know why they did, but I guess
Yeah,
they think they got a
exactly.
really good case of.
A hung jury
getting
would mean a hung jury would mean a new trial. They would have to start all over again, basically.
I don't know about that.
Well, that's my understanding.
Yeah.
Johnny says hung jury equals.
Oh well.
Yeah, I'm still not sure
John,
about that.
Johnny
verify.
is our legal consultant here. So on the Whitfield report.
He really
Dun dun dun.
He really is.
Hell yeah, dude. I don't know either. And I honestly I don't think it's going to come to that because again,
Wasn't OJ acquitted?
Yep.
Yeah.
Originally, he got to be free until he.
Yep. As Norm famously said, murder is now legal in the state of California.
Yep.
Yo, my nigga OJ innocent. You keep my nigga OJ's name at your mouth.
And whatchamacallit, mistrial with prejudice is still on the table. They haven't discussed that yet.
Well, that's one of the things I find baffling, but it also didn't take into account that this judge and this prosecutor are from the same place and they've probably dealt with each other a lot. So, what's Littlefinger, whatever that faggot's name is,
Binger.
Binger, yeah,
The manager of
Binger.
Chopsky's.
Yeah, the Soylent drinker. Yeah, I imagine they've dealt with each other a lot, so Binger may know that he acts tough, but he's not, he's all bark, no bite. So he's pushing on all this constitutional shit. He started, again, he's said a lot. He's yelled, but he's not done shit. I mean, there's been grounds for mistrial from all the other lawyers on YouTube that I've watched react to this shit. It's like, seems crazy. Anyway.
Yeah.
Either way, I want to, on record, I know it's not a secret, but Kyle's a fucking hero. He's a hero for the town of Kenosha, for his community, for the rights of self-defense, for all of the things that everything we believe in we're built on. I mean, the core of it. Despite aside from all this legal nonsense, in my opinion.
Yeah. There's no question in my mind that he's a hero either. And to, to
Oh
anyone
man,
to anyone
I
who's
don't. I don't think he's a hero because he didn't go hunt more Antifa. He didn't go around hunting them and like taking their scalps as like trophies.
Listen, Pope, I know you shove Marvel comics up your ass like fucking dildos or DC. I don't know what fag shit you're into, but this is real life, buddy. So,
Yeah, I know.
a young boy, younger than you, I'm sorry, running around cleaning up graffiti and with an assault rifle putting out fires and de-escalating and all this other, look, he's not a he's maybe not your hero, I should say, Pope, but I still think he's a hero for American values.
he,
Because Americans don't go hunting scalps, not for 100 years or so, I don't think.
he's not the hero that we want, but maybe the one we need.
Oh, no, Sam, you had to, didn't you? You fucking nerd.
You fucking loser.
You're goddamn right.
Yeah, and he is pretty. I think that's pretty good. I don't know what kind of training or practice the kid had prior to, but every bullet hit its mark and didn't hit anything else. I think there was talk in the trial of like a graze. Was there something about that, or am I misremembering? Alan, do you know?
I think if I remember correctly, there was a graze.
But he didn't hurt anybody other than the 3 people he intended to shoot
No,
that were attacking him.
no. So that was the other thing that came out was people is people are trying to include like the reckless endangerment charge, but that won't stick because like reckless endangerment, at least from what I understand, that would like apply more like if you had like a machine gun and we're just like firing rounds off like all over the place.
Oh yeah, you know what? He did actually miss 2 rounds.
Yeah,
But he
that's what I
didn't
was
hit
gonna
any.
say.
Yeah, he didn't miss anybody. He didn't hit anything other than what he was trying to hit, other than air and whatever those bullets eventually landed on, I suppose.
Jump kick man dodged 2 rounds. What Johnny was he shooting at fucking Neo or?
Well, no, I mean that's the thing. The dude fucking jumped and kicked at his face, and he pap as swinging the rifle across his fucking waist. But
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, that dude's dead, or is he not dead?
No, they don't know who he is.
The BL
Oh,
the BLM guy is dead, Whiskey. I'm pretty sure.
oh, so the jump kick guy dodged the 2 rounds and then vanished.
Yeah. They don't,
Oh shit!
he's,
Okay, I missed that part.
Is jump kick guy the same guy as like that yellow pants faggot or whoever they're talking about?
What?
Who's the yellow pants guy that they keep talking about?
I don't know, man. Some.
I would love to hear Nick Mullins take on the Rittenhouse trial. But unfortunately the future files is gone now.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what? You know what I would like Nick Mullen to do?
kill himself.
No, I would
Oh.
like Nick Mullen to join the show to discuss leaving Las Vegas with us, starring Nicolas Cage.
That would be a good show.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
If you present him with any sort of like anything UPN early 2000s related, you might pique his interest, but he's too lazy. He don't give a shit.
Ooh.
No, but no, Sammy, there is a Vietnamese channel. It used to be like called NOGCC, NOGCC, NOQGCC. They had nothing but like Korean or Vietnamese music videos, shitty fucking nonsense. All of a sudden started posting Cumtown videos and then claiming copyright striking every other uploader. They've taken out everybody, just about. Some prominent and very dedicated. And now a couple of them were monetizing. They were stealing from Patreon and then monetizing on YouTube, which is fucking whatever. I respect the hustle, but it's still fucking gay. I don't care that they're gone. But they were going through, like, Future Files was adding, that was transformative for sure. Taking bits and adding little animations to it. Several survived, but it's still like they took out this fucking Vietnamese channel, just came in and fucking wiped. One of them was making $6,000 a month off of Cumtown clips on YouTube, and they just fucking boop.
Holy shit! Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God, my Jerry Seinfeld Cumtown bit survived.
Yeah.
Oh my. No, the worst thing my biggest fear is having to explain to somebody explaining to somebody like, yeah, no, there's a podcast called Come Town.
Dude, I hide it. I hide it from everybody in real life. I really do. Because even if anyone catches 1 second of it, there's a chance that they're going to be like, "Dude, yeah, and he's sucking his fucking dick and he's fucking, or something like, something just horrible, just something horrifying. Out of context, it's still horrifying, but whatever. It's my friends. No, it's just
Okay, what was that? I had to do something real quick.
nothing.
I was playing the Seinfeld bit on my phone, and my mom came in and was like, "Wow, I had no idea that Jerry Seinfeld swore like that," and I'm just like,
Her titties are too hard. They weren't right.
I'm trying a new hour.
Folks, I'm trying a new hour. They're not all gonna be winners.
Jerry Seinfeld's legit one of the worst comedians.
Yeah, that's why him doing his Nick Mullins impression of him doing an edgy hour, talking about having sex with fucking 14-year-olds not being ripe, and then transitioning to being gay for Derek Chauvin, is really funny.
You have to admit though, Larry David is actually pretty funny.
Yeah, Jews are
Larry
funny.
David's a piece of shit.
Yeah, he's still funny.
No.
Well,
Yeah.
So is Louis C.K., but
Louis C.K. is a hero.
Thank you. Someone else agrees with
I mean,
me.
like, look. If Louis C.K. wasn't gonna force his interns to watch him jack off, then who else was gonna do it? Huh?
Look. If Louis C.K. wasn't gonna force his interns to watch him jerk off, who the fuck would?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your impression of me, Apex?
That was my impression of Pope just now.
And I mean, I think
They're fucking turn the fucking dirt. What are you on, Pope? What kind of heroin you taking? Is it fentanyl? Are you doing fentanyl now? You hanging out with the nigs?
No, I just drank a couple beers and a couple margaritas.
Did you do some push-ups and jerk off before you came on stream?
I should have.
Uh-huh. I tried to tell you, man.
Apex, we talked about this. Stop telling people my show prep routine.
Look, we all got to get in the zone, Sammy. You can't be the only one on top.
Well, that is true. So.
Oh man, I had a fuck. You know, cause all the fucking faggots on the internet call it No Nut November right now.
I call it.
And I had a joke. I had a joke about that, and I can't remember what it was. Anyway, go ahead.
It's called nonstop nut November. Yeah.
That doesn't work, Sam. You can't add letters. And you're also not nonstop nutting. You would be more crippled. I mean, you would be a
Necrophilia November.
Okay, well,
yeah, there you go.
Okay, well, not literally not nonstop, but you know, it's stupid.
Yes, it's very stupid.
Just like every other stupid thing on the internet.
Yeah, see, I think where it stems from my limited understanding of what these young retards raised on the internet do, is they're infatuated by pornography. It seems to be a big thing. Like pornography is like a thing. Yeah, and everyone's like, oh, it's ruining everyone. Like, I honestly don't understand that. And I never have, because my entire experience with pornography has been check in, hard, nut, check the fuck out. It does not take me long to do it. Never has.
Me either.
So the whole idea of like being addicted to it seems foreign to me. Now, what I can understand is like setting expectations for crazy shit that is not just it's just not going to be fulfilled in real
Sure.
life most of the time, almost ever. But yeah, like I think that's where that stems from, is people are like, well, you got to escape the fantasy. Like no nut November basically just means don't dive into this fucking anime porn, whatever fucked up degenerate shit you young fucking losers are delving your time into to get your fucking nut off, instead of talking to the girl somewhere in your vicinity, instead of punching them in the face or kicking a field goal with their big nose, because you want to be cool on the internet. It's a pope.
Why do I feel personally attacked by this?
I'm sorry. I didn't want to use you, as an example narratively, but since you did so, yes, you don't always have to be a pope. You can pretend to be pope all the time on the internet, but just turn it off sometimes. You know what I mean? Go get some pussy. Get your dick sucked. Go, jerk off to, traditional paintings. There's lots of nudity out there. Playboys. Holy fuck. Do kids even know about Playboys?
Well,
Penthouse? Said Penthub.
I do.
Well, of course you do. Because you're a fucking degenerate, Sam. You know all forms of pornography.
Okay,
old, new, and potentially future. You've got NFT porn that doesn't even exist yet.
NFT porn. Whiskey, write that down. That's a business idea. Oh, and speaking of porn, now we're back to gun porn. Well, let's see. Laura says, seemed like they were just in time for the jerking off. Wonderful. Yeah, well, it's not quite as gay as an Owen stream. or really gay at all.
Oh my God, I was muted the whole time. The first two I think are EOTech, and I think the fourth is EOTech. Or wait, 1, 2, EOTech, not EOTech, not EOTech, and then EOTech. I have no. Oh, is it EOTech? I have no idea, man. I'm not real good with optics. I just know that the first two and that one there in that fancy dip are the same. Yes, I see that.
EOTech. Hollow Sun, Vortex, EOTech.
Yeah, see, I got that.
Primary arms, primary arms, primary arms.
Fucking gorgeous, dude.
Primary arms.
Let's see. So Johnny, let me
Okay, go ahead, Sam. I was gonna have. Oh, look.
Oops.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
What did I miss?
Nothing. You missed it, so it doesn't matter, Sammy. I know because I pay attention to Twitter. Or you know what? I think that was in the gun channel, which you don't pay attention to either.
As long as my Playboy Discord server, which I totally do not have, doesn't show up on stream, we good.
No, we just saw. Never mind. We're not gonna go there. The audience saw it, or they didn't.
Yeah.
She
was fully clothed.
Was she?
I'm too.
Yes.
Well, we'll replay. So.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be the most freeze frame in the Sam streams, other than when you show your feet.
Mm-hmm. Sam, you should start working on your hip flexors, bro, so you can just like put your feet behind your head on stream like a contortionist. I'm sure it'll be uncomfortable, but can you imagine the freaks that would pay money? You know what I mean? You want to talk about grifting, fool? Give the people what they want.
The amount of people who were paying money for me to take my shirt off back in the day.
Yeah.
And that was
the good old days.
And that was mostly evil Eric. So.
Yeah. The simpler times. Anyway, what else are we gonna talk about, man?
Let's see. I can't really think of anything else. Johnny did have a clip that he wanted me to play. I think it's another Kenosha meme. Probably. If I know.
Well, now YouTube is pregnant, thanks to Alan. All of it, all of YouTube is pregnant, thanks to Alan's most recent little video feed there. That is a sauce and joke that I stole directly from chat. You're welcome,
Those are bitch. All poor man guns. All those are really, cheap.
Cheap, yeah, cheapest. Dude, no. EOTech, like I find those in my dumpsters actually in my area, and nobody even has rifles around me. So people go out of their way to throw them in the garbage. I'm fairly certain.
They're not as good as Crimson Trace.
That's no. Hold on. If I'm not mistaken, that's my my local gun shops tell me that those are the very best optics made.
Those and Sky guns, absolutely.
Oh my God. Okay, good. So I'm being led in the right direction.
Yeah. That lady definitely knows what she's talking about.
What do we got here, Sammy?
So I guess Harrison Smith, the InfoWars guy, and I actually did see this, but I guess he was denied medical service.
I sense a gaslight.
I'm not gonna be able to get it today because I don't qualify. Yeah. What if I like smoke and vape? I heard. So So I'm not gonna be able to get it today? Because I don't qualify?
I hear nothing.
What if I like smoke and vape? I heard that was no? Okay. But if I were black and
Ford getting
Hispanic,
denied because of his race.
then I'd be able to qualify?
Yeah, Harrison Ford.
I'm being denied medical service because
This
of my
is
race.
my get off my plane.
Yeah.
So what I do, I go around and make sure
I'm
everyone
the
meets
fucking
criteria.
president. I deserve medical.
That's the criteria
I'm a
that was set forth.
wait.
If you were 65, you'd
Oh
be good.
shit.
But nope, you're
My
healthy.
nurse is
And
black.
you're,
She's
healthy
not
and
gonna
no
let me
medical
off of my
conditions,
plane
so
or
research shows
vaccinate.
that you should be able to fight off.
Wait, are you doing Harrison Ford or?
I was just doing like a I don't know what he
Well-
sounds like off the top of my head.
I was gonna
I
say.
figured he would have got the shot first.
No.
Nerds
It's an
everywhere just
emergency.
started bursting out laughing.
Air Force One. Full medical team. I don't know what Harrison Ford sounds like. I'm sorry.
That actually does sound a lot like Harrison Ford. I was just gonna say I couldn't tell if you were doing Harrison Ford or Joe Biden with the black.
Get off my plane.
I think that's Samuel Jackson.
No, get off my plane is definitely Harrison Ford.
I want these motherfucking snakes.
Yeah, snakes on a plane is Samuel L. Jackson.
Hell yeah, dude.
Why is
Why
is Clint Eastwood trending on Twitter? Did that?
Uh-oh.
He died.
Oh, let's see.
Dedicated to the life and times of Clint Eastwood.
Oh shit! Did Clint Eastwood?
Old Spice commercial.
Wait,
Don't you love ads inside of ads on Twitter now? You notice that?
Yeah.
For Old Spice, and then there's a fucking Liberty Mutual ad beginning of the video that you don't even want on your fucking timeline. Awesome.
Yeah, and you know what? You know what's even better is you can now pay for YouTube. And
You've been paying for YouTube, you fucking scumbag.
or no, you can
Twitter.
You can pay for Twitter,
Mhm.
which is supposed to get rid of the ads, but it turns out apparently the ads are still there. So.
Do you pay for Twitter, Sam? Do you have a premium Twitter account?
I signed up for Twitter Blue or whatever it is, which is like
Ooh, this man.
Twitter
No, I'm
Blue
just
Chew?
kidding. Twitter Blue Chew. Sammy's dick is hard all the time. No wonder. It makes sense now.
Yes.
Every time he hears that, he gets a rock hard on.
Well, every time someone tweets at me, I get a hard on.
Is it because the at looks like a little butthole?
Could you imagine the torture that would be? Something, God forbid, goes viral. And like every 15 seconds, your dick, just all the blood in your body runs to your dick. For that moment, just bing! Ah! Ah! Oh, God! Your fucking your heart's just fucking... Your heart explodes.
That
and then you die.
I mean that's what it's like when I check your Twitter, Apex. So.
Oh, do I make you that hot, dude? I'm sorry. I don't do any horny posting, so.
Well, no, that I'm. You must check my timeline and just be like, and just roll your eyes. I would assume.
Sammy, I'm not gonna lie to you. I swipe a lot of your tweets away because I pull them down from my thing, and I'm like, nope. I don't know what that is, but I'm not going to full view. But you're one of the very few people that I have notifications for, buddy. It's been that way. So when you're retweeting a bunch of bullshit, then yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'll swipe that away. I
I
know
have
you
a
do the same thing for me.
I have a cat question.
What's that?
If you just picked up your cat from the vet, would you spend like 45 minutes to an hour like going on a run before you bring it home? Like leaving it in the car?
No, no,
Okay.
no, 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 no. What? No.
Yeah, I thought a good cat owner wouldn't. I just wanted to make sure because I know a bad cat owner that did that.
Can I? Do you know what what was going on at the vet? Was it like a surgery or was it just a vet visit?
I think it was to pick up medicine for hookworm.
Apex, would you cancel a stream so that you could take your cat to the vet the next morning? Or more.
Sam, if my entire life depended, let me put it this way. I would not call off of work on the 10th of the month in question when I had a vet appointment at 10 a.m. on the 11th. No, I wouldn't call off of work. My primary source of income, I would not cut that off for that day. You know, in traditional terms.
Sure.
Now, if this stream or any other stream made me money, no. If it was like any sort of primary source of income, no, I wouldn't. It would be a short stream, if anything. But no.
Probably just maybe not drink that night.
Maybe not drink that night. Maybe find a way to
Go to sleep after the show and not stay up till 3 a.m. playing New World.
Maybe address the complaints against you that you're trying to hide from in a way that's palatable to both your audience and your detractors. You know, try to be clever. Try to be, not an loser piece of shit that pretends to be an entertainer and is clever and all the other things you pretend to be. They pretend to be, sorry.
I think the funniest part of all that is that he thought he, figured out who was calling the cops on him, but he still has no idea. So, like, that person's still out there and going to still call the cops on him.
And he's going to continue to throw everyone he thinks under the bus. I'm sure I'm on that list now.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, he thinks you're Johnny Arcade, so.
Yeah, no, he does.
Yeah, well, chat, I that was my favorite part. I mean, I was literally dying. He kept saying, Sam and fucking Apex. I mean, Johnny Arcade. Blah, blah, oh, it's not Johnny Arcade, it's Apex. Oh, whatever. It's Apex Gamma. Well, fucking and he changed it from there. But yeah, I don't know that I don't know how much he plays into it and how much he's just that fucking retarded. I genuinely think he's just that retarded.
Yeah, it's got to be because, like, somebody manipulating wouldn't be that retarded. Like, they'd have, they wouldn't make themselves out to be a fool so much. Like, easily provable. Like, they do a little bit of homework at the very least.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing is like, yeah, I don't know, man. It seems so low effort, man.
Yeah.
But
this kid has always just been trying to copy my show. Nah, bitch.
Your show sucks, bro. Your show sucks. You don't fucking, whatever. Your show does suck, Sam. What the fuck? What am I even doing here?
Hey, I'm entertaining chat at this point. And you win some, you lose some, I guess.
Well, I say that fat faggot bringing you up in any capacity, even if he managed to say something hurtful, is a win for you.
Oh, yeah.
Because you'd have to be fucking stupid. You seriously have to be brain fucking dead to think it was a good idea to approach the whole situation like he did. He should have, if the next dumbest thing would be to just continue ignoring all of it, like he was doing. And as other detractors, people that were talking shit and accurately talking shit and pointing out inconsistencies, flaws in behavior and character. Instead, he whatever, it doesn't matter. It's very funny to me. That's all that I can't enunciate it for you fucking retards any more than I can for my retarded brain. But it's funny to me.
Yeah, I find it, like I
Not you,
said,
Sam. I mean the retards listening to this because you're all fucking retarded. Why are you here? I'm just kidding.
well, I mean, I know that there are retards that are listening to this, but they're not in our audience, if you understand what I mean.
Hold on, guys. I have a Gordon. I have a Gordon for letter G. Liddy. Yeah.
Sending letters to the Gordon Fisherman.
Clack 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 clack. Clack 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 clack. Yeah. Gordon G. Liddy. Jordan D. Liddy.
The smart thing would have been to just be like, it wasn't me. Sorry. That at that time, he probably could have known that it was Ty, because I think Ty came out in like February saying that it was him and did the AMA on Reddit.
Yeah, and I mean, apparently mine and Johnny's child in the chat there makes a good point that he is pretty much, I mean, he's Owen. He's like an Owen style of character. And Owen's not alone. Neither is Mersh. It's like a caricature on the internet now where they play real for their audience that can be cognitively dissonant enough to play into it and ignore the realities around it. And they just that's what they play on. They play on their followers and their fandom, their loyalty, their mental illness in some cases. A lot of cases, I would argue.
Yeah.
But,
Here's my whole disability check, Marsh.
yeah, because but I bought about $430 worth of Judas Goat merchandise with my
For a new microphone.
with my disability check. Check out my Judas Goat.
I bought CBDX and I used your code, Marsh. I used your code.
See, now that's a big difference now is Mersh is an idiot and his followers that follow him that closely are fucking idiots, in my opinion. But Mersh is, at least as far as I know, is not out there advocating as a primary source of his message as to how to treat like their children or their progeny, or you know what I mean? He's just out there being his own retard and like, yeah, be a self-indulgent piece of shit and fuck everything. And I don't have
He
a
was trying
fucking
to give it life advice on stuff he knows nothing about.
Well, I mean, I think that's going to happen, but it doesn't seem to be his primary message. I think, yeah, you could laugh at him but if you're going to talk on the internet for hours upon fucking hours a day with no real insight into anything,
Yeah.
I mean, genuinely, other than strip clubs and how they work.
It's because he has no nuance from life experience, because he has no life experience.
Exactly. That's exactly my point. I that was my point, and I was so focused on that I forgot what the rest I was saying.
I mean, and to be fair, people have been like, well, have you reached out to Mersh and tried to.
Why?
Yeah, why?
Has he
Why?
reached out?
Why? Because I know some people have asked that. Why would I try and clear the air? And by the way, I did try and.
Well, hold on. Time out, Sam. You are the journalist here. You know what I mean? You should be the one if you want to create a story, if you want to get some views, nigga. You know, be like, hey, come.
I mean, I've told people this, and I'll tell it to people again. I did try and get Mersh to sit down with Alan after the whole driving misunderstanding happened, but
How about
nothing
How about
happened.
how about I just fucking troll my way into being invited onto his show, and I represent all of us, and just shit the bed like I always do, make a fool of myself.
That would be.
They don't have guests on their show unless they're got more followers than them.
Well, that'll be
Johnny has a good,
well, that'll be us soon.
Johnny has a good point in the chat.
Yeah, that's kind
Content for the cripple. That's why you would do that. You don't trust them. You don't treat them like normal human beings.
No.
I think that if Mersh had to ever be accountable for what he said, he would like stumble over himself and get nervous and shut down.
I mean, he kind of did that in the stream that I did with him 2 years ago. I remember I intentionally asked him about like if he had ever gotten into a bar fight, and he was just like, "Nah, I'd rather shoot someone," or something like that. So, Johnny, that
He pulled some hardcore enforcement shit. He was like, "I've never gotten a bar fight, but I have pulled some hardcore enforcement shit on McDonald's. Cutting line, drive-through, massless party goers."
Which implies, by the way, that he was wearing a mask himself.
Probably does wear a mask when he tries. It's got like the BMW logo on it.
I mean, yeah. Why would you want a BMW anyway?
It's a status signal of gayness.
Hold on.
Just so he can tell people, "Yeah, I drive a fucking Beamer."
A status signal for the faggots. BMW. It's what we do. What do you got here, buddy?
Something called Resident Mersh that
Resident Evil 1. Oh, Resident Mersh. Okay, all right, I'm on board. Go ahead.
that someone in the chat dropped. I have no idea what this is.
It's Johnny Arcade, I believe. Posted that, but that is Resident Evil 1 is what that is. Oh yeah, I know that door scene all too fucking well.
Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding.
So childish.
Hell yeah, dude.
I love the fact that Mersh has created so many memes of himself just
What was that? I'm sorry.
Just like, unaware of me.
That Mershathon video. Whose is that?
Oh, that is
Pot Awful. That fat. Look at that fucking picture of Mersh, dude. He's so fat. Oh man, I was just thinking, like, I was just taking a piss, and in this amidst this conversation, just imagining like the opportunity to be on a show with Merch and like, or like for him to invite me on his show and to have it out. Worst case scenario, he is a fat, short, fucking loser. I am a tall, skinny, pretty fucking muscular, fucking loser. So, worst case scenario, with Louis J. Gomez this shit, and I'll beat the fuck out of him in real life. You know, still better than him. So,
I mean, what? I mean, listen. You've got Sammy No Legs on your side. Too.
I got the rape machine. I got the rape machine in the corner.
I thought you were
Yeah,
gonna say he's got salmonella.
he might. Who the fuck knows?
Oh, he's probably got more. He's probably got more than that. So.
Mm-hmm.
I've been rewatching all the old Philip waves because at this point,
Those are so good, dude. Back in the day, like when they first started up, I got such a genuine laugh out of them.
Yeah, so did I. I mean,
I mean, hold on. I only say it that way because I haven't actually watched them in a while because I've lost several YouTube channels since then, and I have not caught up on what I missed. But anyway,
I think you've only missed like one or something.
no, I don't know about that. I feel like it was years ago. Years, my. Anyway, you look like you're falling asleep, buddy. You want to kill it?
Yeah. I think we're gonna. I think let's kill.
Can I play us out?
Yeah, please play us out.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening to the Whitfield Report. Have a wonderful evening. Please don't forget to follow on everywhere you listen to your podcasts and here on YouTube. God bless this great titties of this nation and send Sammy a MILF. Everyone have a wonderful evening.
I think that may be the best outro we've done. And we'll see you on the next one, folks. So, adios. Tuning in.